Speaking of, Brian out in Alpine says, wow, that song ended really fast.
In Alpine.
In Alpine.
Things always end fast in Alpine.
Mm-hmm.
They're, as a matter of fact, it's Alpine City, home of the fast endings.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it. Mm-hmm. So the Galaxy song.
Because
Yes.
on this day, 1983,
Yeah.
Monty Python's The Meaning of Life is released in the United States.
Why are we here? What's life all about? Is God really real? Or is there some doubt? Well, tonight we're going to sort it all out. For tonight, it's the meaning of life.
The lyrics of the Galaxy song include a number of astronomical quantities, most of which are accurate to within one or two significant figures. A few statements are only approximately correct or have liberties taken with, likely because he needed to fit it in the meter of the song. But most of the things he says
Are correct.
and if it's not correct, it's probably because it didn't work with the meter of the song. And I think that's just, he says, the last verse of the song explains that the universe is expanding, and furthermore that the speed of light is the fastest speed there is. Idle's estimate of the speed of light is a relatively accurate one, 12 million miles per minute versus the standard figure of 11.16 miles per minute. Contrary to what the verse implies, the expansion of the universe is not related to the speed of light, and it is, in fact, expanding much faster. But it fits with the song.
Indeed.
It's and then is every sperm is sacred in that? It's in there in that movie
But
as well.
that song is not available. I
No?
can't find it on
I wonder why that would
any
be.
of my sources.
I mean, can you find the movie anywhere now? Because it's been banned for a while, hasn't it?
No, it's still out there.
I don't. What makes you think it's been banned or where?
Wasn't there
is
a
it?
Monty Python song that, for copyright reasons, wasn't distributed like anywhere?
I
thought it was.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not sure what
I thought it was Meaning of Life.
the Meaning of Life space song.
I was counting
The
on
Galaxy
that maybe
song.
as an excuse for why I haven't seen it.
It's my favorite Monty Python movie,
I think so. Yeah.
Meaning of Life.
It's. Yeah, it really is. It's the most well put. It's so well put together.
Here we go.
You see, we believe. Well, let me put it like this.
There are Jews in the world, there are Buddhists, there are Hindus and Mormons, and then there are those that follow Mohammed, but I've never been one of them. I'm a Roman Catholic and have been since before I was born. And the one thing they say about Catholics is they'll take you as soon as you're warm. You don't have to be a 6-footer. You don't have to have a great brain. You don't have to have any clothes on. You're a Catholic the moment Dad came. Because every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is great. If a sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate.
And just as Eric Idle's song is accurate
Yep.
about the universe, that song is accurate about Catholicism.
Yes.
It's canon.
It explains why he has
70
so many kids.
There's lines of children.
But he comes in and announces to them, Nick, he says, I have no choice but to sell you all for medical experiments. Why? Why did you keep having children? Well, because,
No
and he
choice.
explains, I had no choice.
It was Life of Brian I was thinking of.
The Life of Brian.
That was banned in several countries, not the U.S.
Oh, in several countries, yeah.
Every sperm is good. Every sperm is needed in your neighborhood.
But it's funny because then the shot goes the kids walking out of their house
Yeah.
to go off to medical
line
experiments in a line, and across the street is a couple. Says, look at them. Bloody Catholics filling the bloody world up with bloody people they can't afford to bloody feed. Well, what's a we then, dear? Protestant and fiercely proud of it. And he goes on he explains the Protestant church and their whole thing.
I know you like the Animaniacs, Carrie.
I do.
There is a song apparently in Animaniacs which is inspired by the Universe song. It's called Yakko's Universe.
Yakko's Universe.
And I can't imagine what that would be, but I know you like it.
I'll get it for you here.
Here
we go.
Everybody lives on a street, in a city or a village or a town for what it's worth. And they're all inside a country which is part of a continent that sits upon a planet known as Earth.
Yeah.
And the Earth is a ball full of oceans and some mountains which is out there spinning silently in space. And living on that Earth are the plants and the animals and also the entire human race. It's a great big universe and we're all really puny. We're just tiny little specks about the size of Mickey Rooney. It's big and black and inky and we are small and dinky. It's a big universe and we're not.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Excellently well done. Oh, this has really been farting around.
This has been educational farting around.
Yeah.
Truly.
In a way. All right.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Yes, indeed. We will take a break now, and we'll come back with maybe some serious stuff. No, we won't be serious. If you'd like to check in with us, you can do that. Now, you might want to hang on to something now that you realize that we're hurtling through space at millions of miles an hour.
Yes.
Hang on to something. Get your phone. And check in with us, 877-602-9696. That's the number to call, 877-602-9696. Or you can text us at 33986. We'd like to hear from you in the morning.
Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
So Carrie and I both have had this procedure at Hoops Vision. And we had just the standard LASIK procedure. Got rid of glasses, contact lenses. Things have changed in the vision improvement world at Hoops Vision, and they now have something called the Zeiss Visimax 800, the most advanced laser technology available today. If you've been told that LASIK or PRK surgery would not work for you,
and there have been a few people.
And I mean, we didn't have that problem.
No.
But there are people. This is a new device which probably will give you an opportunity to get LASIK correction. A SMILE procedure, it's called. SMILE's not just a happy face. It's a new type of laser surgery that works for people with nearsightedness and astigmatism. To find out if it'll work for you, do what we did. Go to Hoops Vision. You can make a no-obligation appointment by calling 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-30-LASIK. Save $800 off the procedure, 877-30-LASIK, or you can go to Hoops Vision. For more Beat Gina, America's favorite game show.
Yay.
I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny Ola, and I'm going to tell you something that you already know.
What's that?
Potatoes are okay.
I agree.
Well, yeah.
The Food Administration says so. Use lots of them. They want you to, especially. And does anything taste better? I mean, think of a big, mealy baked potato with a lump of butter, pepper, salt, and paprika. And what cooking does for raw potatoes, it does for raw tobacco, too. It gives flavor. Burley tobacco, toasted, has made the Lucky Strike cigarette famous. It's toasted. And be sure to help the war effort by saving the tinfoil from the Lucky Strike cigarette packages and give it to the Red Cross. Guaranteed by the American Tobacco Company, Lucky Strike cigarettes. It's toasted. And speaking of being toasted, no. He's always sober as a judge.
No.
You're when he's
When I'm hosting.
When he's hosting the game show.
When I'm hosting.
Your friend Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Ryan today. Ryan,
Hi,
are
Ryan.
you there?
Maybe.
Yes.
All right,
There he
Ryan.
is.
We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. You call it heads or tails.
Tails.
All right. Let's go with tails. See what happens. It is heads, Gina Barbera.
Oh, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to see Falling in Reverse come into Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater on August 25th.
I don't know, Ryan. It's looking like Gina has the advantage. She may just beat you. What are you prepared to do in her name if she does beat you?
I offered her $50.
Wow, okay.
How about
line your pocket with Ryan's money?
How about you donate that $50 to the road home in her name? How about that? But
okay,
anyway,
that sounds good.
The first question will go to Gina. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, I will allow you to answer that very same question and steal the point away. All right, Ryan, it's
okay.
Because it is Amy Adams' birthday. Amy Adams was Lois Lane in all the Zack Snyder superhero movies.
She's lovely, isn't she?
Yeah. So that's what we got is Zack Snyder versus superhero movie trivia.
Okay.
So you'll get some Supermans, some Batmans, things like that in there. Okay, first question for Gina. Gina, Justice League, the movie, was sent to theaters under what name? Because they send them with different names sometimes.
A secret.
You know, so that people don't steal them or mess with them or anything. So they sent them under a fake name. So what was it sent to the theaters under what name? Was it 1, Harwood? Was it 2, Blue Harvest? Was it 3, People in Tights? Or 4, One Punch Man?
See, I think 2 is something else, famously. So I think it's 1.
Harwood is correct. Blue Harvest was Return of the Jedi.
See? I had that right, huh, Kara? Do
Yes,
I get
you
a
did.
double point for that?
No.
I'm afraid Johnny Ola has spoken.
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, you only get a half point for that now.
Wait a minute.
So it's a half point
No.
to nothing.
No, I got it right.
All right.
Go ahead, Ryan's turn.
Ryan. Let's see. Ryan, this is the 8th live action portrayal of which character? Now, when we say this, we mean the final Zack Snyder superhero movie. This is the 8th live action portrayal of which character? Is it 1, Professor Vinyl? Was it 2, Corn Man, America's vegetable hero? Is it 3, Lois Lane, or 4, Superman?
4.
You think it's Superman? No, threw that in there to throw you off.
Then it is Lois Lane.
It is Lois Lane,
Yeah.
yes.
Lois Lane.
None of you picked Professor Vinyl?
No.
6.
All right, 6:18. Let's get this over with.
That's what you should do. What that guy said is call us, 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We'd like to hear from you in the morning. Jan is on line 1. We'll get to you in a second, Jana. But there are plenty of lines open, so use them. You can also text us. The number is 33986. Do we have a sponsor to open the show, Nick?
We do not, but you could sponsor the opening of the show if you reach out to Mike Lund at Broadway Media.
Broadway Media? Is that? Oh, that's where we were.
That's the parent company.
Why don't you have a sponsor by Uncrustables?
Oh, sure.
Are you having Uncrustables this morning?
Well, if you are
I can smell them
saying
from
that
here.
I should, then this one is sponsored by Uncrustables.
I can smell them from here. All right, let's go. The moon, 6.4% of full. It's now waxing moon. It's waxing toward fullness. The moon will rise today at 8:14 a.m., today being Monday. It's the 31st day of March in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. And it is the anniversary of my sainted mother's birth. It's Transgender Day of Visibility. Celebrate the transgender population amongst us.
See how visible our flag is here.
And there was a giant flag. We'll talk about that in the news. Unveiled at the Utah State Capitol. A giant transgender flag. It's Crayola Crayon Day. Crayola crayons were first introduced in 1903 in Easton, Pennsylvania, by the Binney and Smith Company. That's going to be my next movie. I'm going to do a movie about the invention of the crayon. Won't that be like Jerry?
I was going to say maybe you have Jerry Seinfeld in it.
Yeah,
a satirization of crayons.
Going to do a crayon movie. It's National Clams on the Half Shell Day.
Ooh.
National Tater Tot Day. Then my next movie after the Crayon Day is going to be a movie about the invention of the tater tot.
We talked about this.
And it's Eiffel Tower Day, an iconic monument and one of the most remarkable wonders of the world. And this is an all-new edition of the official morning show of tater tots and clams on the half shell. Mm-hmm. It's Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. There's Kerry Jackson over there putting on his work hat. Hey, I'm Bill Allred. Hi, I got a haircut on Friday. Probably can't even tell, can you? And a beard trim. You see, it's a little.
I can see it now.
It's more formed,
a little more cleaned up.
Yeah. Nick Davis over there eating Uncrustables, which is not real food.
No, but hey, it has protein.
Gina Barberi, of course, on sabbatical. She's taking a sabbatical. Katie for short is our fine producer back. Nice to have you back, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
And Allison is in there. Hi, Allison. And I assume the dog is in there too.
Vax, right there.
Yeah, Vax. There. Mm-hmm. All right, so now we'll go to your chickens.
All right. Let's begin with Jana.
Jana in South Jordan, good morning.
Oh, Jana, hang on.
Hello, neighbors.
Okay, now
There you are.
start again, Jana. What'd you say?
Heidi-ho, neighbors.
Heidi-ho. Heidi-ho.
Hey, I've been out of town for 2 weeks in Japan. Best place ever. But I never lost out on any news because I listen to your podcast every day. So thanks very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Keeping me company.
Yeah.
You had the chance
Now
to
I
leave the
have
country
to-
and not pay attention to its news, and you decided to go against that.
Yeah. But you were the only one I listened to. I didn't listen to anything else.
Oh, good. So you got a good bias to look at the news from us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jana,
What?
why did you
Trump crap.
why did you go to Japan and where did you go? And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was raised in Hawaii, and so I lived around the Japanese culture and learned Japanese and ate a lot of Japanese food.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's always been my dream to go back to the quote-unquote motherland.
Well, I'm glad you did it.
Now I'm in my 60s, and I went on a tour and went back to Japan, and it was amazing.
Good.
What's the Japanese attitude towards Americans these days? Because of,
They are wonderful people. They are kind and gracious and happy and never had a negative thing to say. And I think they kind of feel sorry for us.
I think that,
and I don't blame them. But
Japan never had anything negative to say about America?
Well, at one time.
Yeah.
But that's changed.
Never?
Yeah.
they talked about that too.
Really?
You know, when we went to Hiroshima, and our guide talked about that, and that was an amazing experience because having grown up around Japanese culture and the Japanese people, and I have a friend whose grandmother was
a victim?
Injured in Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds great. Fascinating country. Carrie and I were there. We were just in two cities only, I think, Nagano and Matsumoto.
Oh, yeah.
The guy on the train.
I want to go back again.
Yeah. All right, Jana, we got to go to another call, but thanks for checking in.
Thank you, Jana.
Let's see, who's that?
We got
Suman?
Suman?
Suman, is that right?
Yes, Suman.
Suman, hi, Suman, what's up?
I just want to say thank you for listening to you guys for 30 years. And today is my last day. I'm retiring, and I'm in early 60s. I can't wait to retire. And you guys, it's been a joyful ride, and I still enjoy work. And I miss Gina. I wanted to say hi to her, but it's okay. She's listening.
Suman, now a couple of things. First of all, you're obviously not originally from this country. Where are you from?
I'm originally from India, and I've been here for 42 years.
Okay, and what job are you retiring from?
I'm a GIS analyst, and I've been working for your gas company for almost 20 years.
All right, way to go!
Not
That's
fully
great.
20 years.
Well, so now what are your plans for retirement? What are you going to do?
I like to go for tours. I'm planning on going to India and looking at doing some tourist as a tourist, and I'll be there for 4 months.
Nice.
And my sister is coming, and I'm taking her out to all the national park in in Utah and Yellowstone and Disneyland.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And that will, yes.
Yeah.
And I like to volunteer a lot at my church and at Red Butte Garden and all those places.
What
So
church?
I'm
What
looking
church?
forward
What
to
church
it.
do you go to, Suman?
Fun?
What church do you go to?
I am in Hindu, and it's easier for me to say it is a temple.
Mhm.
It's easier to say church, so
Mhm, okay.
it's a temple.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Hindu
Very
temple.
nice. All right. Thanks for listening to us. And your sister is coming from India. Is that right? To visit?
Yes, she is.
And
Yes,
so
she's
she's going to be blown away by the national parks. I know.
Yeah. If they're open.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it is open.
Yeah.
All right.
Suman,
Congratulations.
Congratulations on
Thank
your
you,
retirement.
thank you.
We got to go.
Thank
Yes, and also I just want to say I enjoyed listening to you guys for 30 years.
Well,
so
you'll keep listening, though.
Yeah.
You will keep listening.
Yeah, we have
right?
an app, you can keep listening.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
All right.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
then.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I wish I could retire.
I wish you could, too. You sounded so tired.
I
there.
am tired. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in, heading back to Walnut Creek, California for another week in the office. That's a commute.
Mm-hmm.
Tree of Maine. I love Eric Idle. Saw him in concert in Salt Lake City years and years ago.
Yeah.
Spam-A-Lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler the Trash Man checking in. I sing the Galaxy song to my 4-year-old in regular rotation as a lullaby. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem, waiting for Batchman Justin to load the mixer with concrete.
Ooh.
Perry City listener checking in. I need some help. Do y'all know when the tickets for the re-release of Revenge of the Sith in theaters go on sale?
Do not.
If I did, you'd be the first one I tell.
Can't find any specific info. Just keep paying attention. Zane of Dallas checking in. Started watching Jessica Jones. Oh, that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who's announcing Beat Gina? Well, Johnny O will.
Yeah, of course.
Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. Let's see. Went to the Tesla protest Saturday. Funny, all the pro-Elon people were armed to the teeth.
So there was one here in Salt Lake. I didn't see any
guess so.
coverage of that.
There's been several.
Well,
in
they
Salt
were
Lake.
across the country yesterday or the day before. They're at Tesla dealerships all across the country.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hello, it's Chelsea from St. G. Thank no one. It's Monday. Have a great day. Whenever I hear Python as the opening number, I assume there's been terrible news. No, they're fine. They're just fine.
Yeah, I had that reaction myself.
Emmett the Pool Guy checking in. Meshach of Erda. I have some vitamin S cookies to add to the supply of your bar. Watch for the email.
Vitamin S.
All right.
What? When were that?
No idea. Let's see. It's been a pleasant journey, and I love going to work. You made my day.
Hey, you got another Uncrustable over there, Nick?
I got half of one. You want me to cut it?
No, that's okay.
All right.
Mike in Nashville checking in. Mikel of Reno. Cardboard Chris.
I just wanted to see if they're as foul as I think they are. I've never had one.
Another Gina from Roy checking in. They had to be sneaky to teach us things through that song. Yes,
Yep.
they do. Johnny B checking in. Chef Roy. Cindy of Sunset. Tristan from the most west of Jordans. Looks like everybody's here, so
Yeah.
let's begin, shall we?
And everybody is here, and everybody seems to be hanging out at home because I don't see a lick of traffic out there on the roads. That's at least what UDOT is telling me. But you guys are, doing your morning business. Why don't you let me in on it, huh? 33986 is the text line where you can share your own traffic updates.
All right. Thank you very much. We're going to take a break, play a song. After the song, it's Big Boy News and Opinioendo. We also have Frank Christ Presents. It's our Dead Celebrity game. We'll have that for you coming up. We'll explain how to play What You'll Win all on 9:35.
I have this landline at home. Do you guys still have a landline?
No.
Gina?
I have one, but the ringer is turned off, and it's
Yeah.
we don't do it.
Yeah, the ringer on my landline is turned off as well, but there is an answering machine hooked up to it.
Like an actual answering machine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was one of those phones that had the answering machine kind of incorporated. You know what I mean? It was a cordless phone handset, and then there was an answering machine in there. And every once in a while, I'll get these voicemails. But it's a number. It's a phone number that I've tried to remove from all of my.
You're on a list somewhere.
So I got this, and I'll get alerted by Xfinity. You have a voicemail on this number. If you'd like to listen to it, here's how you do it. And I got this one recently, and just tell me what you think of this.
Okay, hang on. Here we go.
Yeah, this is Lieutenant Scroger with the Nathan PD. I'm calling for a Diane Robert Allred. Mr. Allred, it's very important that you do get in contact with us, sir. This is a very important issue in reference to your registrations. You can reach me at 801-396-0762. That's 801-396-0762. I'm going to reiterate the importance of this call, sir. It's important that you do get in contact with us.
I can't understand it.
Yeah, I couldn't understand a word he said.
Says, well, here's the transcript.
Okay.
This is Josh with the PD, something PD.
Okay.
I'm calling about Tyler Robert Allred. It's very important you do back in contact with this important issue in reference to your registration. You can reach me at blah, 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 blah. We're in record this. Call certainly. I can contact with us as soon as possible, Mr. Washington.
I don't understand that either.
I don't either.
None of it makes.
Would
none of it makes
Would
sense.
you respond to
No.
that?
God, no.
I don't. But something about those things makes me uneasy. You know, I just like.
You just don't call them back. And
If it's horribly important, then somebody will try to contact me another way.
They will.
Or I'll be arrested. One of the two. I just don't know.
No,
They did leave a phone number, and it's an 801 number.
No, do not call back.
Okay.
Do not.
This is a few days ago.
Do
and I
not
haven't done it.
engage.
Yeah, but
I've been getting a bunch of email lately saying, "Oh, your Netflix password has been compromised.
Yeah.
Your Amazon password has been compromised." Don't even. I delete those without even.
I get one that said
Don't-
your Prime Amazon Prime dues are due.
Yeah, no.
And no, they're not.
No. Don't open any of that.
Yeah, it's but sometimes like things like that, I'm just so curious. What the hell?
I've been getting texts from a credit union that I'm not a member of and never have been, saying, "Oh, we need to talk to you about your."
Yeah.
It must work.
It must.
It must.
Well, it's because your curiosity is piqued, or you might think, wasn't I a member? Maybe I was a member of that credit union at one time. What do they need? What do they want? And every once in a while I will answer a call that I don't recognize the number because I'm expecting a call from somebody that I don't, that wouldn't necessarily. And so I'll answer it. And last time I did, it was, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm selling tickets to the policeman's benefit." No.
No, and I use Google Assistant on mine.
Yeah, I have that.
Where it will answer and say, "Oh, can't come to the phone. What is this regarding?" And that way, if it is somebody that you've been trying to get a hold of or talk to, you can hurry up and actually take the call after the Google Assistant.
I use that too, and you know what? I think almost every single time they hang up.
Yeah, and then it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
My wife says I've been getting texts from friends. Hi, it's Cheryl. Let's go play golf. For more people than I actually know, she says. Well, that and Sue doesn't play golf.
Yeah.
Or you could get, "Hi, I have a new phone and I need your number. I need to know who this is." Nope.
Sorry.
Nope.
Register your numbers on donotcall.gov. Well, we have.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah. I did that years ago.
Yes.
And it just didn't seem to. Although I would say I probably get less junk calls now than, or fewer junk calls now than I did a few years ago. But they still get through. They still do it. And junk email is just awful.
Yeah, this is another one I've been getting. We couldn't deliver your package. Yeah, that's another one that you get.
Don't click on that. All right, I've had Grubhub or Uber Eats. We can't do it, and I'm like, I don't do that, so I know that's.
Although I'm curious about that voicemail one.
You really think it might be real?
I don't
call
know.
it.
I'm not going to. If it's really important, they'll try again, or I'll be arrested.
Well, it's about your registration, sir.
Yeah.
Your registration.
Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, what's his name?
Your registration.
Yeah, your registration. Yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In general.
Right.
Your registry.
Mm-hmm. What? Anyway.
He says, I get the who is this text all the time. I always reply with bat. Get free. If you know, you know. All right, let's see. We've got, big boy news and innuendo here. Then Frank Christ presents, and then at 7 o'clock, King Brass is here. Edward K. with the very important sports will be here. Owners on the way as well.
Frank Christ, of course, this is really a macabre game that we play.
Why?
Dead celebrities. I mean, it's really... And I'm going to start the news with a dead celebrity.
Yes. It is Frank Christ presents right after this big boy news and innuendo. What prize do we have?
We have Collective Soul tickets.
Tickets to see Collective Soul. All you got to do is play Frank Christ presents. They're fine. They're just fine. The Dead Celebrity game, where we give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are fine.
Just fine.
One of them dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you'll get those tickets. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play. And we'll do that right after this big boy news and innuendo brought to you by
News making you feel like you need to flee the country? Travel Club 365 can help. From cruises and all-inclusives to bucket list adventures, your local travel pros can plan it all for every budget, all with no planning fees. Give Travel Club 365 a call or text 801-441-0102. That's 801-441-0102, travelclub365.com.
Well, Frank got to go to Hawaii. Frank Christ, to claim Richard Chamberlain, the Emmy-nominated actor.
It's his birthday today.
Is it really?
Yes.
You should die before your birthday.
Days before.
The Emmy-nominated actor and 1960s heartthrob who rocketed to fame in the TV medical drama Dr. Kildare and starred in the miniseries Shogun, the original miniseries Shogun.
Yes.
This most recent one, of course, a remake of that. Also, he was known for The Thornbirds, another TV miniseries. He was 90 years old. Chamberlain died late Saturday in Hawaii from complications from a stroke. Chamberlain was an instant hit, became a teen idol as the handsome Dr. James Kildare in the series that ran from 1961 to 66. The Guardian newspaper said that the then 27-year-old actor looked like he had been sculpted by a loving God out of butter, honey, and grace. The breakout role was the start of a 60-year career that spanned theater, films, and television. He was dubbed the king of the miniseries after appearing in several TV dramas in the 80s. He was great on Broadway, apparently, in Sound of Music, My Fair Lady. He also did a production of Hamlet and of Richard II. He was Jason Bourne in the 1988 miniseries The Bourne Identity. And what's fascinating about him, his range is enormous, said one reviewer. He was also had to live as a closeted man, a gay man.
Yep.
He didn't. He couldn't. He felt he couldn't reveal his sexuality. He finally did. When was this?
It was not long ago.
As he returned to the big show, throughout his career, he mixed roles. After coming out publicly, he played both gay and straight characters in TV shows, including Brothers and Sisters, Will and Grace, and Desperate Housewives. But he said, "I just felt I couldn't come out, given the times. It was impossible. It would have ruined my career, and I couldn't do it. And it was a terrible thing to have to live with."
I wish Gina were here. She would recount the stirrings that he caused in a young Gina Barberi.
Let me.
He was a very.
the stirrings.
Was that your imitation of Gina?
Nah, you got to give me a little bit longer to nail that one down.
Okay, why don't you work on that?
Work on that.
Workshop that, will you, Nick?
The stirrings.
No, just workshop it.
I didn't know the Bourne Identity was a thing before the other films that came out.
Oh, he didn't come out until he was 68 years old. He feared it would ruin his career. For much of his life, he said he pretended to be someone else. Richard Chamberlain. All right, two different groups of demonstrators took to the sidewalk Saturday outside of a Tesla dealership on State Street in South Salt Lake. Under the gray and windy sky, one group waved signs to the stream of passing cars, protesting Elon Musk's involvement in the new Doge under Trump's second administration. The demonstration was part of a global Tesla takedown taking place Saturday at many dealerships across the country. The goal was for shareholders to boycott Tesla by selling off stock in the company and its vehicles. Another mass of demonstrators, apparently centered on the group Utah Patriots, said that they showed up to protect Tesla's inventory from damage and keep the peace. The Utah Patriots is a peaceful group, according to members who were at the dealership. They can be seen driving in convoys around the state capitol or on the interstate waving flags. One woman said she teared up during her first convoy, a 2022 demonstration against COVID-19 restrictions. I just love my country so much, she said, adding that she enjoyed the opportunity to have fun showing it. That's fun, driving around in convoys and waving flags.
It's my personality.
Yeah.
It's all I have.
That's
Go
ahead. Sorry.
Yes?
I was going to say that's the second protest that's happened in front of the Tesla dealership in the last couple of weeks, because the first one went viral online of the single person protesting the protest in his big truck and toting his arms.
Yeah. Thousands of people took to the streets on Saturday in downtown Salt Lake as well for Transgender Day of Visibility, an annual event on March 31st. This included unfurling the world's largest transgender flag, a symbol at the center of a controversial new law set to take effect later this spring. The event was organized by the Utah Pride Center and the Glitter Foundation. Events like this are really important to let people in our community and in the trans community know that there are people there that support them, that are there to fight for them and care about them, and that they'll show up in incredible numbers, said Chad Call, executive director at the Utah Pride Center. And there were a lot of people there. The event started with a rally at the state capitol and a march down State Street with transgender Utahns and allies carrying this massive 200 by 30 foot long flag.
I thought our flag was big.
This follows the recent passing of House Bill 77, which bans pride flags in public schools and on government property.
Well, you know who helped put that flag together?
Who?
Was our old coworker Jackson Carter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Let's see now. Police have identified an 8-year-old boy who died Friday in an apparent shooting in a Saratoga Springs townhome. His mother, who was also shot, remains in critical condition. Saratoga Springs police released a statement Sunday that names Eli Painter as the boy who died. Says investigators believe he was shot. It also identifies the wounded woman found with him as Jessica Lyman, his mother, who was also shot. She's still alive at this moment, I believe. A 15-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl were also in the house, with the girl making the call to police after finding her mother and brother unconscious, covered with blood. Further details about the shooting and how the two were wounded were not made available. We're just looking. We're going through the house, doing an investigation. We will draw our conclusions after that. The union members announced a stunning 130,000 signatures already collected in their effort to run a citizen referendum to overturn the state legislature's ban on public employee collective bargaining. The groups are halfway through their timeline to collect signatures. They need roughly 141,000 to qualify for the ballot in order to force a public vote on the law. I know I haven't seen them out. I don't go out much. I haven't seen them out in public, but if anybody with that organization would like to bring a petition here to the studio, I'll sign it here.
And that sounds like they're close to the maximum number of signatures that they need. Halfway.
They're halfway.
But there is some self-auditing that they have to do just because people quickly fill out forms and they need to make sure every single signature is up to par.
The Larry H. Miller Company, family, is reportedly set to purchase Real Salt Lake and the Utah Royals.
Really?
Ending the short ownership term of David Blitzer. I don't even know. I've never heard of David Blitzer.
Me neither.
Did you know he owned the Ed is here, Mr. Sports.
Very important sports is here. So
that beard is looking great.
It is. It is.
I thought that was one of Santa's reindeer.
Blitzer, David Blitzer. Yeah. I according to the Athletic, Blitzer will retain a stake in the soccer team. After selling it to the Miller family. Donald Trump says, "I'm not joking. I'm not joking about seeking a third term for president.
No,
we
we told you.
I'm not joking. Now look, Donald Trump will never serve a third term as president because he's going to die in office in this term. I'm almost sure of it. He's not well. Watch him. He's not well. Trump took office on January 2nd for his 20th, rather, for his second non-consecutive White House term. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Well, I'm not. I'm going to do it. I'm going to. He also says he's pissed off at Vladimir Putin. I'm very angry. I'm pissed off at Vladimir Putin.
Not returning my calls.
He's not really serious about these peace talks. Apparently, I don't.
No, really?
You kidding me?
We
you kidding
told
me,
you.
buddy? You kidding me?
Who are these people? They're stupid. Anyway.
Have you ever run a business, Carrie?
I mean, no, we knew that he wasn't serious about the peace talks.
No. You got to run this country like a business, okay?
It's not a business.
Funding cuts at the federal level are taking a toll with Utah's public health workforce. Dozens of workers at the state and county level have been laid off, and the Trump administration has pulled back billions of dollars in COVID-related funding. We've lost a lot of folks in the public health workforce to attrition, to turn over to people being exhausted, said Carrie Butler, who serves as executive director of the Utah Public Health Association. Oh, and bird flu infections are on the rise. Oh, and Mike Lee went over to Greenland with J.D. Vance and Mrs. Vance, Usha. The group heading to Greenland consists of Lee, Vance, Second Lady Usha Vance, Energy Secretary Chris Wright, and National Security Advisor Michael Walls. While there, the delegation is expected to visit the Pituffik, space base. And their space base. It used to be, what was the name of that? It was the air base there. It used to add another name.
It's hilarious how this trip
Tool, I think,
began and what it actually turned out to be.
It turned out to be no contact with Greenlanders whatsoever.
At all.
They went there. They went to the base, and that's it.
The representatives went door to door, asking people, "Would you like to meet with the vice president's wife?" And they all said, "No, we want nothing to do with any of you."
This is okay. So Mike Lee, our senator, if Greenland isn't green, I feel like I felt when I learned that antitrust isn't the antonym of trust.
What?
He tweeted. I have no idea.
Again, he's such an idiot.
He's just a bone.
Who are these people?
So here's some other things he. J.D. Vance says, I decided I didn't want Usha to have all that fun by herself, so I'm going to join her, J.D. Vance said with a smile. His presence make him the highest-ranking official to visit Greenland. But here's what worries me about all of this.
What?
That Donald Trump keeps saying, we will get Greenland.
Yeah.
We will get it, no matter how we have to get it. And that worries me a bit.
J.D. Vance peed his name in the snow up there, so that's getting us a little closer.
That's like planting a flag?
Yeah.
And finally this. Archaeologists discovered the large limestone burial chamber of an unidentified Egyptian pharaoh near the city of Abydos, dating to about 3,600 years ago during a chaotic period in Egypt's history. The discovery of the tomb, 23 feet underground at the ancient necropolis of Anubis Mountain, was announced by the University of Pennsylvania. They keep digging up dead Egyptians, with regularity. It's amazing to me that they find all these tombs, and this is a huge burial chamber that they found. All right, that's it.
Well, very important sports is here, so we'll get to that at 7 o'clock. But, weather, traffic.
Weather. So we're going to get some spotty sprinkles later in the afternoon. And it says, without full clarity, when it will happen, but we are supposed to get some snow, potentially, tomorrow, at least here in the Salt Lake Valley. High of 55 today, high of 42 tomorrow. Taking a peek at traffic. I was just looking at it and hitting the refresh button to make sure I'm absolutely correct, but I don't see any traffic issues out there this morning. But hey, you got eyes on the road. I got eyes on this screen of the road. Text me, 33986 is where you can share your own traffic updates.
Oh, thank you very much. Sorry.
What? Hey, here he comes.
I got a situation here.
I see him.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. There he is. Frank Christ is here. You walked today.
Well,
little exercise.
Gotta get the miles in.
Yeah, a little exercise. How many steps a day would you do?
About 8.
8 steps.
I hover,
yeah.
Does your Apple Watch read your steps?
It used to.
Yeah.
Maybe it's broken. I don't know.
I think it
says
takes
8 steps.
I think it takes a heart to measure that, but
Frank Christ has joined us in the studio. His scooter, is it on the fritz? Is it broken?
Oh no, I just parked it outside.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Frank,
summon it up here if you'd like.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
You can just make it appear up here?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
It's like a dog almost.
It'll.
Whoa!
Oh, wow! There it is. Frank Christ is a Grim Reaper. He is, as a traditional Grim Reaper, he is a skeletal figure. He wears a robe with a hood and a helmet. I see that you wear a helmet.
Safety
under your hood.
first.
That's right. Got to keep the old brain pan covered up,
You
right?
can see the crack right here.
Yeah.
You see.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Frank, he's a Grim Reaper, but his specialty is reaping the souls of celebrities. And it's terrible for him because...
I love our precious celebrities.
I know you do.
Oh, I'm looking at the list of birthdays today, and I love each and every one of them.
How was your trip to Hawaii?
It was all right. Mr. Chamberlain was
a gentleman, I would imagine.
He was a little frail.
Was he?
Tall.
Yeah.
But a little frail.
Oh, well,
so he fit right in the sidecar pretty easily.
Frank takes the celebrities' souls after the celebrity dies. He takes their souls to the distribution center, and and that's his.
That's where
curse.
they go. Yeah.
It's his. Well, where do they go after the distribution center?
I don't. Hell, it's
most of them.
99%.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Well,
the occasional one that does not go to hell.
like Betty White, she probably did.
Betty White did not go.
Did not go to hell, I would think. Frank joins us to play a macabre game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's brought me a list of actors, and four actors, and 3 of the actors on that list
They're
are
just fine.
They're fine. Frank is glad to report that they're hale and hearty. But one of them, Frank has had to take. It's very sad. And if a contestant can determine who the dead celebrity is on this list, they'll win a nice prize, which is what, Nick?
You got tickets to see Collective Soul
Collective
playing with
Soul.
live July 13th at the Utah First Credit
What-
Union
what,
Amphitheater.
What a coincidence. I'm a soul collector.
Who do we have to play the game?
Heather is here.
Heather, are you there?
I am.
How are you?
Fine, just fine.
Yes, you
How
are.
are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine, Heather. Heather,
Good.
these actors that Frank has given me, because it's Eiffel Tower Day, Eiffel Tower is an iconic monument, one of the most remarkable wonders of the world. All of these movies the actors are in movies that showcase world monuments somehow in the movie. All right? Identify the dead celebrity and you'll get the Collective Soul tickets. Here we go. Number 1 on the list is Harvey Fierstein, actor, playwright, and screenwriter known for his distinctive gravelly voice. His play Torch Song Trilogy won both the Tony Award for Best Play and he won Best Actor in a Play. He went on to win the Tony Award for the Best Book for musical for La Cage aux Folles, and he was Best Actor in a musical for playing Edna Turnblad in Hairspray. He was in Independence Day, which features both Big Ben and the Statue of Liberty. Number 1, Harvey Fierstein. Number 2 is Arnold Vosloo, South African actor known for his roles in Hard Target, Agent Cody Banks, Blood Diamond, and as Zartan in G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, and G.I. Joe Retaliation. He also played a terrorist on a season of 24. He was Imhotep in The Mummy, which features the Great Pyramids, iconic monuments. Number 2 is Arnold Vosloo. Number 3, Richard Griffiths, known for his portrayal of Vernon Dursley in the Harry Potter films. Won a Tony Award for The History Boys. Also acted in The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, Sleepy Hollow, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and Pirates of the Caribbean. He was in Hugo, which was set in Paris, and of course, we see the Eiffel Tower. Number 3, Richard Griffiths. And finally on this list, Stephen Fry. He was one half of the comic double act Fry and Laurie. He, alongside Hugh Laurie, he also had roles in Chariots of Fire, A Fish Called Wanda, The Life and Death of Peter Sellers, and Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. He was in V for Vendetta, and the iconic monument Big Ben is blowed up, along with the Parliament building. Number 4 is Stephen Fry. So there you go. Which one of those actors is dead, Heather?
I'll say number 3.
Richard Griffiths? You're right. Died in 2013 at the pretty early age of 65 years old. So congratulations. You're going to go see Collective Soul.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold on, and Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
Well, I've got to go check on Shirley Jones.
Oh, my goodness.
91 today.
I had no idea she was checkable.
It's also Herb Alpert's birthday today.
Tijuana Brass, Whipped Cream and Other Delights. That was a naughty album cover.
He's 90 today.
Oh.
Someday soon, he will not rise.
No.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Traffic. Again, I am not seeing anything out there on the roads. But look at this. A texter inner is giving me, at the moment, uncorroborated news that a wreck has happened on 47th South and 2200 West. They say there are 3 cars blocking eastbound traffic there. Thank you for texting that in. That's all brought to you by business owners. Do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart are your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
All right, KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with very important sports. Edward K. Brass is here. Stand by for that. We'll get right to it. UtahAdvocates.com.
All right, now the Advocates have got another event coming up Saturday, April 5th from 11 to 1, Mutt Madness.
Mutt Madness.
Yeah, Fawn's Family Rescue, Golden Bark Foundation, Color Country Animal Welfare, and Utah Friends of Basset Hounds will have some adorable pets up for adoption, so bring the family down and find the perfect furry friend for your family.
I think Nick needs to join the Utah Friends of Basset Hounds.
Yeah, no kidding.
I actually am.
Oh, really? You can donate to that at Venmo at Advocates Donations. And the Advocates, of course, they're local injury attorneys. They take care of you if you've been in an accident. If you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, call the Advocates immediately. 801-355-5550. The Advocates are award-winning injury attorneys, and you will never pay a dime out of pocket. If they take your case, they deal with the insurance company, and they take their cut when they get you a settlement. And they'll get you one, too. 801-355-5550 or UtahAdvocates.com.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Yeah, things that are bugging you. Things that you've had it up to here with. You can't stand it anymore. These things must go from your life. And so you furiously put them down in an email, write them all down, and send them to radiofromhell@x96.com. And hopefully, if we read it on the air, it'll make you feel better, and maybe even these things might disappear from your life. So do that. radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go on the subject line. I'll go first. I got one of my own. This must go. Stomping on or otherwise bursting a carton of energy drink right next to the driver's side door of my car. So I have to walk through it to get into the car.
And it's always sticky.
And it was at the Stab and Smiths. That's where that kind of stuff always happens. Let's see. While entertaining the British friends, we tried to go to an eating establishment bar. Some of them had their England driver's license, and one of them had her passport.
Okay.
The bar refused service to those with only the driver's license because they were not United States-issued driver's licenses. The bar was okay with the passport, though. So in your best English voice, picture one of them saying, "This is a situation like on the movie Hostel.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to cut us up for fun and want our passports. Anyhow, stupid liquor restrictions must go," says Johnny.
Are we tourist friendly or not here?
Well, and I think that's wrong. Remind us, let's talk to Jimmy about that.
This is from Ed's friend Andy. "Sorry for the late submission, probably too late to make it this week." Well, I don't know. "But this problem plagues me and will continue to until your magical powers make it go away forever. Can we please make the gosh darn bubble packaging on my migraine medication easier to open?"
Yes.
I mean, I'm already pissed off. I can't get my freaking thumbnail under the freaking stupid corner of the fetch and open here flap. Why? I mean, I'm already in pain and having a difficult time. Not swearing. Please make this go away for the love of Crom. And get out of the left lane unless you're passing. And then finally, this one says, "Hello, lords and lady. My thing that must go. the neighbors' cats coming over to my yard to fight each other late at night. This has been ongoing for years. The fact that the neighbors don't do anything about it must go. And grocery carts that are all stuck together when you go to grab a cart. This is especially bad at my local neighborhood Walmart with their new carts. Even the employees complain about it. War must go as well. Thanks for letting me listen. Steph from South Ogden.
All right, Steph.
Gina?
One of my own. I went to Petco yesterday.
Petco?
Yeah. And the dog food was on sale.
Oh, yay.
So I bought a big bag for home. I bought a little bag for the tree farm. And I bought a tiny bag for Riley's go bag because she needs one too, for earthquakes or whatever.
All right.
3 bags of dog food that I forgot and left in my car. So what does my car smell like today?
Dog food.
Dog food.
Dr. Ross, dog food is dog food.
Good morning, lords and lady. You may use my name below. It's Katie. Let's see. Working in the dark. My coworker is afraid of the light, apparently. We just moved offices, and she insists on working in the dark. So I have to sit at my desk all day and work in the dark. My boss is out of town, so he doesn't know that the only light I have is the small light I get from the window. It's very frustrating. Thanks for letting me listen. Let's see. The security guy here again. A few concert things that must go. People coming to concerts not wearing deodorant must go. Trying to bribe your way into the VIP area must go. Getting upset when shows are postponed or canceled. There's reasons these things happen. And most importantly, bringing your 2-year-old, sucking on a pacifier, sitting on your shoulders, directly in the line of crowd surfers, and the pit
The hell?
must go. And finally this. Here's a quickie. When you have a dream that you're running an errand and you wake up and you realize you still need to run that errand, it didn't get taken.
Greg and Payson says, hey, you guys missed sports last break. Where is it? Greg and Payson.
Payson.
Come on.
We always have special sports on Monday.
Mondays,
And it's extra special today because it's sports reporter extraordinaire.
There you go.
Edward K. Brass, attorney at law. Yes, Mr. Amy Donaldson is here to deliver us a sports report. Good morning, Mr. Brass.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
So I have good news for you. That when we take over Greenland, I've been appointed as the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Greenland.
Oh,
really? Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So enough with the sports. No.
How much did that cost you? Because that's how you get a job in this
$1.8 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you have that story about the local guy that paid $1.8 million for
I don't
his-
have that.
You should look that up.
Tell me about that.
I will do that.
Okay.
So for Pittsburgh listener and first chair French horn in the Pittsburgh Symphony, Mauricio Paez, and San Antonio listener Raul Montemor Hot Wheels, that's a tribute to his bicycling prowess. This weekend is the Lenovo Japanese Grand Prix from Suzuka, Japan. Suzuka was best known prior to landing the Grand Prix for being destroyed by Gojira in 1954.
That's true.
Lex Norris of Great Britain leads the standings after 2 races. This is just the 3rd race. So we're going to start with golf. Tony Finau came in a 7-way tie for 32nd place in the Houston Children's Open and won $51,911.
Oh.
That's 32nd place, tied with 7 other people. That takes him, this is March 31st. It's not even April. It's not even warm out yet. To $1.493 million for the year of 2025.
As very important sports and Amy Donaldson also say, teach your kids how to golf.
Golf, tennis, not contact
Not
sports.
contact.
Yes. In the National Hockey League Sunday, the Utah Hockey Club 5, the Chicago Blackhawks 2. Next, they played Tuesday versus the Calgary 51st Staters in the Victor's Tire Center down the street. Utah's 33, 29, and 12. They're sixth in the Central Division, still alive for a playoff spot, but just barely. In other hockey news, Alexei Ovechkin has 890 goals now. He's 5 off Gretzky's record that people thought was untouchable.
What do you know about him? Anything?
Yeah, he's a Russian.
And
I think he's a spy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, he's been here for a long time. He's very good, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't score 890 goals otherwise. And other than that, I watch hockey when the playoffs come, which is almost as long as a regular season. So,
Yeah.
And almost everyone is in it. So so that's when it becomes interesting when something really matters. But, yeah, he's great. In the NBA, the Utah Jazz play Charlotte in Charlotte tonight. The Jazz are 16-59. They're last in the West. They're on track for the first pick of the NBA draft, which General Manager Danny Ainge will trade for 2 cases of honey-roasted pecans and a magic bean. In NCAA basketball, the men's Final Four is set. It's Auburn and Florida, Duke and Houston. Auburn and Florida both from the SEC, Duke ACC. Houston, I think they're in the Big 12 now. Houston's going to win that. You heard it here first.
It's people talking about that. There are no Cinderella teams. No,
those are all first seeds. So I mean, I guess the people that did the seeding got it right.
Well, but they said a lot of people are saying it's because of NIL and all the players, going to certain teams and.
That's true. I mean, they get concentrated in schools that are traditional powers, but beyond that, you play 1 year in college basically if you're any good, and then you're in the NBA. So there's no opportunity to become loyal to a particular player or a particular team. But it also gives the opportunity, I guess, for any school to rise to the top because whoever's good this year won't be so good next year.
Yeah,
in theory, anyway. Yeah, Duke obviously has a lot of money because they're good every single year. In the women's Final Four, UCLA is in, South Carolina is in. Tonight, number 2 TCU plays number 1 Texas, and number 2 UConn plays number 1 USC. So that could turn out the same way. Maybe all 4 number 1 seeds.
Yeah.
I think Connecticut, who's just destroying everyone they play, actually has been underrated, and they're probably going to win it all, although very important sports picked UCLA to win it. In football, we talked about earlier, RSL 0, Minnesota 2. RSL traded away all its best offensive players from last year and is paying for it. Mr. Blitzer sold them off, traded them, they're gone. They're 11th in the 15-team Western Conference. I think the influx of money from the Millers allow them to buy some players. They'll improve. They play the LA Galaxy at America First Field, who's in the LA Galaxy. Ordinarily a good club. They're in 14th place. They play them on Saturday. Yeah. So in the FA Cup, which is the championship of all clubs in England from every walk of life, from the lowest team to the highest, Crystal Palace 3, Fulham 0, Nottingham Forest won on penalties versus Brighton. Aston Villa beat Preston North End. Manchester City beat Bournemouth 2-1. Saturday it's Palace versus Villa and Forest versus City. In the Premier League, the standings are Liverpool. Arsenal, owned by Kerry Jackson, is 12 points off first place. Nottingham Forest, owned by Maid Marian, is 16 points off. And Chelsea is 21 points behind Liverpool. Major League Baseball has begun.
Yes, it has.
In the American League East, the Yankees are in first place. Aaron Judge has hit 4 home runs in the last 2 games.
A little controversy, I guess, over this new bat. That the Yankees developed?
I don't know about that. Tell me about it.
It's called the Torpedo, and Major League Baseball says it's legal. Somebody figured if they're wooden bats, and they put more wood in the place where a player normally, and every player's kind of different. So where the player makes contact with the ball, they put more wood there.
So it's a custom-made bat for each player.
For each player. And
in the label specifically is where they put more wood. I don't know what that means, but that's what every story.
I heard they customize it for each player, and it's that's why they're hitting home runs.
Well, I could explain that, but that's what people want to see too. So I mean, I don't think that's such a bad thing.
Yeah, it was a Yankees former coach who was also a physicist developed
is bad.
They hit 8 home runs in one single game.
Yeah, that
over
was
the weekend.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Or no,
Wow.
2 days ago, Saturday.
Yeah.
So, Sunday they were almost
When's
as
everybody
good.
else going to get some of these bats?
Yes.
Yeah,
And they're
they
approved
will.
before the season starts.
Oh.
So
No, it started. This is a regular season now. In the Central, Cleveland is in first place. In the West, Texas is. In the National League East, it's Miami. And the Miami Marlins, ordinarily a doormat team, are in first place. In the Central, it's St. Louis. In the West, the L.A. Dodgers. They're 5-0. And as I told you before the season started, the Dodgers are going to win all 162 games. They won't lose a game. They'll win the World Series in 4 straight games because they have all the money in the world, and they've gone out and bought the very best players in the world. My grandson tried to see them play in Tokyo. His grandmother works for Delta, and the two of them flew over there because that's where they had the opening day for the Dodgers. And they walked up and tried to buy tickets. And I maintain you can buy tickets for anything as long as you want to pay the money.
Yeah.
Which is a lesson that they found out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was like, they got to see the Godzilla Museum, but maybe not the baseball game. I have a very nice picture of my grandson next to Godzilla.
Really?
Yeah,
That's good.
touches my heart.
That's
I'll have
good.
to go.
Yeah. In the NFL, finally the Steelers are trying to sign Aaron Rodgers, they to the Jets. Honestly, they would be better off if they signed Mauricio Paez. I think Mauricio's ready. Aaron Rodgers is shot. I don't know what that is with the Steelers. They got rid of Russell Wilson. They got rid of Justin Fields, who's now going to be the Jets starters. And I think it's the end of the Steelers. I just don't get it. So,
one other event, Saturday, I attended this sporting event. 6,000 people at least at the Dachshund races at Mill Creek Commons. 6,000. As a matter of fact, the police had to come and say, you can't have any more people come in. There are too many people here. They had to limit. But the winner of the Dachshund races was Hendricks, a Dachshund.
So Jimi Hendrix, named from Jimi Hendrix.
Was named for Jimi Hendrix.
So how many were there? 6,000 Dachshunds in the race? Did each person bring their own Dachshund?
There were a lot of Dachshunds.
There were in the hundreds. Yeah.
There were
hundreds of Dachshunds.
No, there were probably. I think there were 48 or something. 50.
And
50 Dachshunds.
And how long did this event last?
Hours.
They
They did like 12 heats. I was there for part of it.
So are the heats based on the age of the animal, like like we do for
No.
people?
No,
So there's
they
not like
just-
senior. There's not a senior division.
No. They just sort of randomly put dogs in the heats and.
There's not senior wieners.
And they love to
versus-
run, most of them.
And what happens, heaven forbid, but what happens to the losers?
well, they are wiener dogs.
Oh, that's the end.
Yeah.
That's death, huh?
Yeah.
So you lose, you die.
You know what was really funny about it to me is that those animals, to every single one I encountered, except one growled at me. The rest of them are just sweet. They're just sweet, kind of nice little dogs.
We need to get you a dog. You'd be surprised. The dogs are not bad. Even the Rottweiler we have, who's terrifying looking, is the sweetest dog in the world. So,
all right. Thank you.
Okay, that's it.
Edward K. Brass. Got to get to court now.
Yeah,
court.
I'm going with the Ernest Hemingway look.
Yep, looks
I
good.
hope I don't wind up like Ernest.
Old man in the sea.
Yep, we'll see you.
Thank you, Ed Brad.
You got it.
I am still seeing on UDOT nothing but green across the valley, but I now have corroboration that wreck on 47th South and 2200 West is, in fact, causing 3 cars blocking eastbound traffic. So that is your traffic report, all brought to you by, do you or someone you love struggle with addiction? Help is out there. Renaissance Ranch is one of Utah's best addiction treatment centers. They accept most private insurance and Medicaid. Schedule a free consultation at renaissanceranch.com.
I'll text Ed this. I was wrong. 150 dogs, 30 races.
Yeah.
150.
All right. Let's see. We got Boner of the Day coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo.
Oh, yes, the boner of the day. There are some interesting boner candidates today. They are, number 1, well, we had no choice. The little warning light came on. Boner candidate number 2, I look like a clown because I am a clown, stupid. And boner candidate number 3, Marjorie Taylor Greene telling it like it is. If you're a stupid person.
That's right. All right. Boner of the Day coming up after these messages and a song.
Her ankle.
at the roller derby, at the Derby Depot.
It's dangerous.
It can be. This is the second time. The first time she broke her ankle, it was her left ankle, and that was, it's been a long time now, like 9 years or something. And now, 9 years later, she's broken her right ankle, so hopefully she's done with breaking
They'll
ankles.
match now.
Yeah.
And so she won't be skating in the St. Patrick's Slapdown tomorrow at the Derby Depot, 1415 South, 700 West. But don't let that stop you from going. Tickets are only $10 for. It's a doubleheader. You know, the first bout is really fun because it's the juniors,
Oh, the kids.
and damn, they're faster than the older players, and they're aggressive. It's fun, and there'll be food and raffles and all that kind of stuff. But I say that all in the way of giving it a plug, but also to tell you about that we. My wife and I had to go to Tosh the other day to visit the orthopedic surgeon.
Up at the U?
Yeah. No, it's Tosh is down on Fashion Boulevard.
Oh, that one,
out
yeah.
in Murray. And Tosh, by the way, stands for the Orthopedic Specialty Hospital. And there are some orthopedists there, top orthopedists in the world.
Ah,
there.
really?
Yeah. One of the guys who I can't think of his name right now, who did my knee the first time. He was like, he did Tiger Woods' knee, and all that.
It's the old Cottonwood Hospital, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So at any rate, we had to go to Tosh and her ankle, they won't have to do surgery or anything. It's fine. But as we were leaving, walking down this hallway, and if you go to x96.com/live, I think you'll be able to see. My wife stopped and she pointed, and I went. It's a picture of Tom Barberi, Gina's dad.
Pop.
A framed picture.
It's his author pose.
Yeah, he's got his hand up to his chin.
Your
or his
fist
cheek.
on your cheek.
Yeah.
It's his author pose.
And I would assume it was a publicity photo for the radio.
No, that was his
newspaper column
picture.
And it was on a wall. And then there were some skiers, and I didn't really look at who the other names were. And his name is not there.
Or is anybody's name
Well, I
there?
don't think so.
You're just supposed to know.
It's just his picture. I didn't.
Oh, maybe
look that
he
close.
autographed it.
I can't tell.
There's some writing on there.
He may have autographed it.
But yeah, I don't know.
So it's.
Oh yeah, it says. I think it does
Zoom
say his
in.
name, but there's no label. It's on a white
He's
wall.
famous enough. He doesn't have to have his name.
He was famous enough, Gina. Please. I'm sorry that we have to speak of him in the past tense, but he has passed, and so we do. But the wall, it was just a white wall, but then it's got writing on it, block letters, wrestling, basketball, things that people get hurt at, skiing, doing. Did he have to go to Tosh for something?
So he played football and
Right.
wrestling,
Right.
in college, and he went. He had his neck fused there due to an old football injury.
So it was an old injury that they finally had to work on. But I just think it's weird that it was kind of not a very nice looking display either. This big white wall.
I wish you'd shown more of it.
Yeah,
so I could
just took a quick picture.
the rest of-
Well, you can get an idea. It's covered with writing like that. With block letters, various sports, and it's just not well done. I thought, but no indication of who that is or really.
They felt he was famous enough they didn't need to say.
Well, I said to my wife, now I had work done at Tosh on my knee some years ago, and I said to my wife, oh, why isn't my picture there?
Don't they know who you are?
Why isn't my picture up there?
You got to know the right people, I guess.
I guess. I'm going to lodge a complaint with Tosh. I'm going to say, I agree that Tom Barberi should be there. I love Tom Barberi, but I've probably had more work done at Tosh than he has. I've been operated a couple of times there.
Were they sports injuries, though?
I could claim that they were.
Sure.
They were.
Just say pickleball.
Yes. Yeah, that'd get me in.
That's all you have to say.
Actually, what I'd have to tell them if I told them the truth is that probably they're a result of my career as an actor. And that's probably true. I
Now-
screwed up my back and my knees being an actor.
Both of you have pictures like that out at Hoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're framed pictures,
Yeah.
and there are sports figures there.
That's right.
And
Yeah, there are
so
a lot of jazz players there at Hoops Vision.
And I can't remember if they have your names on those,
Yeah.
or people
Yeah,
are
they
just
do.
supposed to assume who you
No,
are.
I think there's a little plaque or little metal thing. I think
Somebody take a picture and send it to us.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I can't remember.
I don't even. I mean, I've been to Hoops a lot in the last while too, but I don't know where. I know it's still there, but I don't
hanging in the
remember
hallway
where.
there.
I think I saw it last time I was there. But at any rate, if anybody from Tosh is listening that has any clout, it would be better for me if you just got a hold of me, Bill at x96.com, and tell me when you're going to have my picture, and I'll select the picture for you. Tell me when you want it, and I'll bring it out. Or you should send a messenger to pick it up.
Messenger.
Send a courier to pick it up. I'm not going out
Do you
there
want
again.
this today? You want this
Well, not
taken
today,
care
no,
of today?
no. But I expect action
this
soon.
wrong, this wrong righted immediately.
I expect action sometime this month.
This slight.
Yes, I expect action sometime this month, or you will see picketers out in front of Tosh. Demonstrators will be out in front of Tosh. And
Shame on Tosh.
Shame! Until the
Photo
picture
dispute.
goes up. That's right. Until the
Photo
picture goes up.
Photo dispute. Shame on Tosh.
Publicity photo dispute. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to get a framed photo of my dog Ripley to take to the vet.
There you go.
See how
Ripley's
that goes.
a famous animal.
See how that goes.
To be serious, it was nice to see the picture.
Yeah.
I kind of went, Tom. I don't miss him as much as you do.
Well,
because he's your dad, but I miss him.
I on my way to work every day, I drive past the monument we did for him up on Guardsman.
Oh yeah,
and
Well,
it's a big bronze plaque that you can see from the road.
Where is it exactly on Guardsman?
It's on the east side, right across from the football facility on the other side.
I know
of the
where.
street.
Yeah, I know where that is.
It's huge.
Oh, I haven't been on Guardsman in a long time. I didn't know you'd done that. I mean, I knew there was a ceremony, but
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
There's a tree there.
Yeah.
So, Bill, think about let us know now where you want your plaque and your tree, and we'll make it happen.
okay.
Because we know the process.
You know where I want it?
Wow.
Right next to my buddy Tom. That's what I want.
Wow. Happy birthday, Christopher Walken.
Oh, very
82 today. If you just Google Christopher Walken, if you just Google Walken dance, that's the first thing that shows up is that Fatboy Slim track. There you go. Weapon of choice.
He started out I guess, being a kind of a song and dance man in his early career.
All right, 7:23, time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, March 31, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Don't even bother trying to buy it. You got to win it. It's a Boner T-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. We had no choice. The little warning light came on. Nashville, Tennessee. Good morning, Mike. A man and his passenger were arrested after law enforcement found them putting air into their tires during a police chase. Officers with the Metro Nashville Police Department spotted a car with a Tennessee temporary tag covered by a smoked-out license plate cover, and the police tried to stop them, but the car sped off. Police later were able to find them after using Air One, I guess it's their helicopter, who followed the car to 61 East Thompson Lane, where the driver and passenger had stopped to put air in the tires. Officers took the driver, Jonathan Chapa, and his passenger into custody without incident. Police smelled marijuana coming from the vehicle and found a large baggie containing marijuana in the center console. Police also found a backpack containing a bottle of marijuana, 2 digital scales, some small loose plastic baggies, and 2 marijuana vape pens. According to police, Mr. Chapa said, "Oh yeah, that's my marijuana." He was also driving on a suspended license, but during a police chase, they stopped to put air in the tires of their car.
Wow.
We had no choice. The little warning light came on.
Wow.
Boner candidate number 1.
Well, there's never a bad time to practice roadside safety, Bill.
I guess so. Here's boner candidate number 2. I look like a clown because I am a clown, stupid. A Florida man dressed up like Ronald McDonald got arrested for trespassing, and when cops told him he looked like a clown, the guy said, "No S. I am a clown, stupid." Police body cam footage shows the moment that the Palm Bay police officers rolled up on the Ronald McDonald doppelganger, and things got tense right from the start. Cops told the clown, who police say is a homeless man named Chris Marlowe, to put his stuff down because he was being arrested. And he responded, "Why? So you can rob me?" Officer tried to arrest him, and a scuffle ensued with cops taking the clown to the ground. Video shows cops removing what appears to be an orange flare gun from the clown's pocket. When cops shove the guy in the back of their squad car and tells him, "You look like a clown," he gives that blunt, obvious response. "Well, no ass. I look like a clown because I am a clown." They searched his bag, and they found a whole bunch of red noses and clown costumes. Cops say he was trespassing at a shopping center and shoplifting, and yeah.
He's twisted,
Yes.
demented,
Boner
like
candidate
the Joker.
number 2. I look like a clown because I am a clown, stupid. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Marjorie Taylor Greene, telling it like it is if you're a stupid person.
Yep. Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas. This weekend, don't miss the David Lynch tribute with Elephant Man starring Anthony Hopkins. This early classic is available on the big screen both Friday and Saturday. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Great. Academy Award for Best Picture, I think, Elephant Man. And Academy Award for John Hurd as the Elephant Man.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Best Picture.
I think it might have been.
I don't know.
Comedy and game show legend Betty White.
Yes.
She died in 2021, just shy of her 100th birthday. She was, of course, a huge star. The Mary Tyler Moore Show, The Golden Girls.
Game shows.
Yeah, game shows. The Password in particular, where she met her husband, Alan Ludden, who was the host of Password. She's been honored with a United States postage stamp.
Oh, really?
A forever stamp. Her picture is on the stamp, and she was a fierce animal advocate. And the stamp features a related Easter egg. Sold in a pane of 20, the Betty White stamp features a portrait of her against a violet-colored background, violet-colored background, and in a lighter shade, bubbly spots that befit her sparkling personality. She's portrayed wearing a polka-dotted blue top, symbolizing her love of animals. An earring shaped like a paw print peeks out of her blonde curls. So you just got to kind of be looking for it, or you won't see it.
It's a little tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says Forever USA is printed just below in violet, and her name also appears atop the white part of the stamp. That's very nice. Very nice. Peter Marks, Dr. Peter Marks, has overseen the Food and Drug Administration's vaccine program since 2016. He submitted a letter of resignation on Friday.
Yep.
Mr. Marks joined the FDA's Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research in 2012 as its deputy director before being promoted director in 2016. And why is he resigning? He cites his disagreements with Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy, Jr., a noted vaccine skeptic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Marks was a key figure, serving as a key official in the first Trump administration in the development and distribution of coronavirus vaccines. In addition to concerns over Kennedy's stance on vaccines, Dr. Marks also noted a recent rise in measles cases, a disease that had been largely eradicated in the U.S. before a decrease in vaccination rates. Over the past 13 years, I've done my best to ensure that we effectively and efficiently applied the best available science to public health, he said. As you are aware, I was willing to work to address Kennedy's concerns regarding vaccine safety and transparency by hearing from the public and implementing a variety of public meetings and engagements with the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. However, it's become clear that truth and transparency are not desired by Kennedy.
Nope.
Rather, he wishes for subservient confirmation of his misinformation and lies.
Exactly.
As his resignation was tendered on Friday, several states announced ongoing measles outbreaks. Earlier this month, Kennedy released a letter saying a recent measles outbreak in Texas was a call to action, although Kennedy stated that the MMR vaccine is crucial to avoiding potentially deadly disease. He also claimed that good nutrition remains the best defense against most of the chronic and infectious illnesses.
He even told people to take vitamin A.
Yeah.
And so they started giving, he didn't
Castor
say how
oil.
much, you know. They started giving him too much vitamin A, and their livers shut down. Yeah.
I can't believe he butted heads with the guy who claimed that COVID spared Ashkenazi Jewish people and Chinese people.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
RFK Jr., by the way, is the one person
He's
who
the
said
one
that.
who said that.
Yeah. Musk denied he was buying votes, but said that the court election outcome would be critical to Trump's agenda and the future of civilization. What court? Well, I'll tell you. Elon Musk gave out $1 million checks on Sunday to 2 Wisconsin voters, declaring them spokespeople for his political group ahead of a Wisconsin Supreme Court election that Musk cast as critical to Donald Trump's agenda and the future of civilization. It's a super big deal, he said. It was about 2,000 people in a crowd in Green Bay on Sunday. Musk and groups he supports have spent more than $20 million to help conservative favorite Brad Schimmel in Tuesday's race. So right now, the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, it's 4 liberals and 3 conservative judges. I think she's the justice, the head justice of the Wisconsin Supreme Court. She's a liberal and she's retiring.
Now, anytime the right, they always accuse George Soros of funding everything, you know.
That's the Soros money.
He's doing it right in front of you.
Well, they don't care.
But they don't care because it's their guy.
It's because it's for the right cause.
It's
That's
for
why.
their cause.
I've said it before. I follow some real deep-seated pro-Trump pages on Facebook just to get a thumb on the pulse of the conversation. It's all, we need to support Elon Musk with everything. He's the best man. He is sacrificing so much for this country. Oh, and George Soros, he's definitely funding these attacks on Tesla.
But if you look at the list of rich people, Soros isn't even in the top 10.
No. You know who's number 1?
Elon. Yeah.
A man was arrested Saturday on allegations that he was caught performing a lewd act in an office while substitute teaching at a Salt Lake City middle school. According to the arrest report, a student reported the incident via the Safe Utah app on March 20th. It was at Clayton Middle School, and a student walked in on the substitute teacher, and, he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. The case was turned over to the Salt Lake Police Department, and the man was booked on 1 count of lewdness. Provo, a man, was arrested for multiple witnesses reporting that he had stripped naked in a public setting. Provo police said they received a report of a man who was naked in a restaurant, and the witness said he was aggressively flexing his muscles and following people around. Police responded, took 24-year-old Ralph Laurent into custody. He was in the middle of State Street and still fully nude when they arrived and arrested him. Police learned that there were more than a dozen witnesses to Laurent's lewdness, included a father and his 2 kids who said they saw him take off his clothes at nearby Bicentennial Park. One person said Laurent had a gun, but that wasn't confirmed, not included in the charge. So he takes off, he strips naked at the park and then goes to a restaurant and follows people around, flexes his muscles. Okay.
Ralph Lauren?
Yeah, right.
How was it? That's his polos at the park, I guess.
A boulder fell from a mountainside in Ogden Canyon on Sunday and landed on a car, a truck it looks like, and it smashed it good. Fortunately, the pickup truck was unoccupied. Nobody was injured. But just a random boulder comes falling down the mountain and really crushed
there it is.
Yeah.
X96.com/live.
There's the boulder there, too.
Wow.
Donald Trump's order accusing the Smithsonian Institution of not reflecting American history notes correctly that the country's founding fathers declared that all men are created equal. But it doesn't mention that the founders enshrined slavery into the U.S. Constitution and declared enslaved persons as 3/5 of a person for the purpose of the census. Civil right, and that has been since, obviously, since removed from the Constitution of the United States. Civil rights advocates, historians, and black political leaders sharply rebuked Trump on Friday for his order entitled Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History. They argued that his executive order targeting the Smithsonian Institution is his administration's latest move to downplay how race, racism, and black Americans themselves have helped shape this nation's story. It seems like we're headed in the direction where there's even an attempt to deny the institution of slavery even existed.
Oh, yeah.
Or that Jim Crow laws and segregation and racial violence against black communities, black families, ever even occurred.
All of that history, they're trying to erase it.
They want to put back up the Civil War monuments, the Confederate monuments. Geez. Let's see. Here's a nice story.
Please.
Larry Carr, 86 years old, has lived in Ogden his whole life, but hardly visited the residential neighborhood on the East Bench. It wasn't until the early 2000s that he found his forever home inside a historic fire station. I discovered the firehouse was for sale because I was taking trombone lessons from a gentleman who lived up the street from the firehouse.
That makes sense.
I drove past the fire station on my way to my lesson. Ogden Fire Station Number 2, also known as the Bench Fire Station, is now Larry's home. It was built in 1928. I bought it in 2002, and I've been here ever since. I plan on leaving feet first out the door. It's a fire. It hadn't been used as a fire station in years, but apparently it's a. I was trying to find some other pictures of it. There's one at x96.com/live right now, but it really nice looking place, and he's converted it into his home. Cool. Way to go, Larry Carr. It has not been used as a fire station since 1968. Since 1968. And police in Ghana are looking for a middle-aged man who's in trouble because he painted his dog to look like a tiger in a plan to evade loan recovery teams in the central region of Ghana. So they'd come to collect the loans, and he said, "This is as a tiger. He's going to."
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope it works for him.
A couple of people said, I thought it was a real tiger. I was terrified. I couldn't pass in front of that house again. I changed my route, but now we know it was just a painted-up dog.
Just him tapping a sign that says, beware of tiger.
Yep. Weather, traffic.
Weather, like I was mentioning earlier, we are going to get some spotty sprinkles later in the day, and that precipitation is going to continue into tomorrow, but we probably will get a little bit of snow tomorrow morning, at least. Later in the day, we have a high of 55 degrees, a high of 42 tomorrow, and taking a peek at traffic, I am just seeing jack nothing out there on the roads this morning. But hey, I'm in here parking my ass in this office chair. You have your ass in the driver's seat, and if you can safely do so, text me your own traffic updates. 33986 is the number at which you can do that.
Thank you.
Boner Cannon number 3, Marjorie Taylor Greene, telling it like it is if you're stupid. So Marjorie Taylor Greene was asked a question by a reporter from Great Britain. The reporter just asked a simple question. Her name is Martha Kellner, and she said, Martha tried to ask Marjorie Taylor Greene a question, and Marjorie Taylor Greene said, go back to your own country. Then Martha asked if her anger was an exercise in deflection. She said, no, this is an exercise in you worry about your own country. Then she went on to say, we don't give a crap about your opinion and your reporting. Why don't you just go back to your own country? Don't you care how your women are being raped by migrants?
Jeez.
I'm stunned.
She's again,
and she yells it.
Where are they finding these people?
You should care about your own borders. Let me tell you something. Do you care about people from your country? What about all the women are being raped by migrants over there? You don't care. Don't care about your own women being raped by migrants. You're done. I don't care about your fake news. Go back to your own country. She just.
Yeah.
Anyway, boner candidate number 3.
There you go. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. I like this one. We had no choice. The little warning light came on. 2 guys being chased by the police. It was a police chase. They're in a car, and the police are chasing them, and a helicopter's chasing them, and they catch them because they stopped to put air in their tires. Boner candidate number 2. I look like a clown because I am a clown, stupid. That's what a Florida man dressed up like Ronald McDonald when he arrested, and the cops told him he looked like a clown. That's what he said. No S, I am a clown, stupid. And then boner candidate number 3. Marjorie Taylor Greene telling it like it is if you are a stupid person.
All right. 7:41, time to vote for your boner. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think is the worst, the one that you think should win boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Easy to do. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. She'll take your live voice vote. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, Boner Voting, March 31, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click it. You've got less than 4 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. It's Boner of the Day. Bill Frost will be here just after 8 o'clock to tell us what's on TV this week. Stay Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. All right, 7:47. Time to award boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by a pork and asparagus stir fry.
Ooh, very nice. And by news making you feel like you need to flee the country, ? Travel Club 365 can help. From cruises and all-inclusives to bucket list adventures, your local travel pros can plan it all for every budget, all with no planning fees. Give Travel Club 365 a call or text 801-441-0102. That's 801-441-0102. TravelClub365.com.
Well, my favorite candidate, boner candidate number one, put up a pretty good showing, I think. 45 votes for We Had No Choice. The little warning light came on. Coming in third was I Look Like a Clown Because I Am a Clown. But it was the inevitable winner. With 277 votes, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Telling It Like It Is for Stupid People, wins boner of the day.
She is aggressively stupid.
Yes, indeed.
All right, that's your boner of the day for today, March 31, 2025. Now qualified to be boner of the week.
Well, I had a remarkable experience on Saturday.
Yeah.
I went to see our friend Brad Wheeler, who has organized, he's done this 3 times now, I think, dachshund races. And it is pretty amazing. Now, I had no idea what I was getting into. First of all, I didn't know that Mill Creek Commons, I had no idea what that was. That's a pretty cool place. I mean, it's a great facility. But you put 6,000 people in there in the rain, it's packed.
I don't know where you fit them all.
Yeah. It's packed. But it was dachshund racing. And these dogs...
Wiener dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. And these wieners, really, some of them really like to run, and then some of them don't know what they're doing. but there were 150 wieners, 30 races, Brad Wheeler calling all the races. Now, I'll give you an idea of what some of them are like. I took a video. I think we'll play it now. If you go to x96.com live, here it is. This guy had his wiener. This was Brewski. Brewski is his name.
Wiener dog dressed as a hot dog.
Yeah, he put a hot dog costume on his dog, and he won his race. He won his heat.
Even with all that extra stuff on it?
Yeah, wearing that.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty amazing. So what they do is they take somebody who's really, the dog is really bonded to, down at the other end, down at the finish line. And I think there are treats waiting for them down there. And and Brad calls the races, "Wieners to your marks," And then for every race he plays the race call, on his harmonica.
Oh, that was him on the harmonica?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bill sent me some video that I'm trying to currently ship over to Katie, by the way, if you want. No sound whatsoever. But, that is, it looked awesome. It looked incredible.
It was really amazing. And I really sort of developed a love of those little dogs. They're wiener dogs. Every single one of them was very nice. One of them growled at me. Only one.
Yeah.
But the rest of them were like, you go, "Hi, how are you?" And they're kind of shy. And
they're made to hunt vermin.
Yeah,
right?
They go down into burrows. Now, coincidentally, I have another picture of a wiener dog here. If Katie will put that up at x96.com/live.
Oh.
Now this is a sad story about wiener dogs. My sister-in-law has for years been involved in dachshund rescue. She has an organization called Dachshund Rescue of Utah, and they just received 25 doxies from a hoarding situation in Apple Valley, California. They've never had any medical done on their lives, spay, neuter, vaccinations, none of that. They need deworming treatment, flea dermatitis, seniors needing dental and all of that. So she needs fosters for some of the old dogs so that they can potty train them. Foster applications, if you want to foster, not adopt, but just take care of for a little while they get better. Foster a dachshund. You can go to dachshundrescueofutah.com, or there's also a Facebook page, Dachshund Rescue. There are applications there if you want to foster. But that little guy is one of the rescues, and they just bathed him, and he just looks so sad and lonely, and So if you can help out with that, that would be great. It's really important, and she doesn't know what to do. She says there are 25 dogs here, and I've got to find places to take care of them. And she's been doing this for years. So she's always had dachshunds herself, and they are really, I've forgotten what charming, sweet little animals. Mostly they are.
What you do is you adopt one, and then you train it for next year's race.
Race. This is a big deal. When Brad has put out the call, he said first time he did it, he had no idea that there would be so many people responding. Yeah, I'll bring my weenie to race.
Yeah,
my weenie will love to race. And so he'll be doing another one sometime in the future.
Did you throw any money around?
No, I didn't.
No,
I didn't. He let me call a couple of the races. So that was kind of fun.
Who was the winner at the end of the whole thing?
Hendricks.
Hendricks, that's right. You talked about it earlier.
Hendricks was the winner, and I forget Hendricks' I think I was the one who introduced Hendricks to the starting line, but I can't remember much about him other than.
So you fixed the race, is what you're telling me.
Katie says she has another. Do we have time to run another quick little video?
I mean, it's just B-roll footage that I put together of what you sent me.
Yeah, you can run. You can run that. I think there's that's Brewski. See what a nice little dog he is. Look at that, Brewski.
They're nimble. They're actually very agile.
When they get running, this give you some idea of the crowd.
In the rain.
Yeah, it was raining. It was kind of cold, and it was just amazing. Oh, this is look at them go! Look at them.
x96.com/live for this video feature content on the radio.
Yeah, that was a pretty good heat. Sometimes. I was down at the finish line for that one.
We'll put this up on social media, so that you can see it.
Yeah, look at him go. That was a good heat because that one. No, that one doesn't.
I'm wet.
And sometimes they're really stupid and they stay around at the start line looking. What am I supposed? But mostly they like to run.
Father, I'm made of sugar. I will melt in this rain. Yeah. My first exposure to a dachshund was. I was a little kid, and we went down to California to see my dad's army buddy, Uncle Cal.
Cal, yeah.
Cal and Marianne. Cal's from Louisiana. But we stayed at their house, and so he set up a little place for me to sleep on the floor. And there's wooden floors throughout the house. And their dog, Heidi.
Heidi?
Heidi. Their little wiener dog, Heidi.
Yeah.
Had long nails.
Oh, yeah.
And so it'd walk across the wooden... Yeah, that click, 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 click. It'd be the middle of the night. Heidi'd want to come in and say hi. Click, 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 click. Exactly.
Was he a gruff guy, your uncle?
Uncle Cal? No, he was a friendly.
Gotcha.
Racist as hell, but
yeah. I was going to ask.
I have a story about a weenie dog that I grew up with in my neighborhood. Speaking of racist, but I can't tell you the dog's name.
Oh no.
But and I didn't even I was just a kid. I didn't really even think about it until I was older, and I think, wait a minute, that dog was named. Oh my God.
Well, yeah. All right. Anyway, that looked like a lot of fun. That looked like a lot of fun.
Great fun, and the crowd is great. And there were a lot of friends of the Radio from Hell program there. And
I've got people dying all around me. You think I get upset because a dog gets run over? Why should I get upset about a little dog?
All right.
The brother of, and I can't think of her name right now. The brother of Gary Coleman's wife at the time at the time Gary died, was there. I can't think of her name or his name right now. But anyway.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
All right. They were friends of the program for a long time.
All right. Traffic, please.
Traffic. We have an incident. I-215 northbound near Cottonwood Heights. There is a crash that is not causing any slowage at the moment, but that thing just popped up. So I will keep you updated as the morning goes on. But if there's anything else that I'm missing out on, tell me about it. Safely, please. 33986 is the text line where you can always share your traffic reports with me.
Thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back after these messages. Bill Frost is here to tell us what's on TV this week, so stand by for that.
List here that could save your life.
Could save my life?
Yeah, absolutely.
A little list that you're going to read on a radio show?
12 items, 12 everyday dangers that you should avoid at all costs.
Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is not just a good list. This could be a life-saving list.
All right.
Number one. Oh, come on.
What's the matter?
Oh, why did it do that?
What?
They were here and now they've disappeared. I'm afraid you're all going to be.
Now we're all in peril.
That's weird.
Because of your computer screw up.
Why should that happen? Let me see if it will happen, if I can do it. No.
What?
It's just decided it won't show me. They were there, and now they're not.
Well, now our lives are in danger.
Yeah.
Thanks to a computer glitch.
But
our lives.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Duh. She's got me. Here we go.
Okay.
Here they are. Duh.
Did you have to click the paywall? Is that?
No, it's a slideshow, which I didn't realize.
Oh, I hate those.
It's number one. Make sure to clean your dryer lint trap.
I do.
Okay, because they can catch fire.
Yes.
Right. Don't sit with your feet on the dashboard of a moving car.
No.
You know how sometimes your passenger puts their feet. I always say, put your feet down on the ground.
But this is a danger thing?
It's very dangerous.
Because I don't like them leaving footprints on my dashboard.
But also, car seats and car seat belts are designed to keep you safe in a crash, but they assume that you are sitting in an upright position in your seat.
Oh.
So with your feet on the dashboard, no. And the airbag will inflate.
Yes. Oh, and it'll kick your feet up into
your
knees up into your face.
Yeah. Let's see. This next one. Oven mitts don't work very well when they're wet.
Well, why would you use it?
Well, so, if they've gotten wet where you're working or something, and then you go and try and take something out of the stove, a wet cloth is a good conductor of heat, not a bad one.
Yes.
Next one. Don't mess with a split or dead tree. Not sure.
What?
If there's a dead tree out there and it's got a big branch, it's broken off, don't try to do it yourself, is what they're saying.
No, call Tim the tree guy.
Exactly. Hot glass and cold glass look exactly the same.
Well, yes.
So beware of what, if you go, this is one that when I like, let me just do cast iron. I have cast iron pans and pots and stuff. And so when you clean them, the best way to dry them so they don't rust is put them on the stove and turn on the heat and till they dry off.
Never done that.
Yeah, well, it's really the best way to do it. But when you turn off the heat and the cast iron pan is still sitting there, it's still hot. But what if somebody comes into the kitchen and says, "Oh, I better put that pan away"?
No. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's no good. Right. A pile of oily rags can catch fire all by itself.
Yes.
I don't know why you would have a pile of oily rags around your house, but don't do it.
Because Richard Grieco is coming over.
I knew it. Never mess with a garage door spring yourself.
No.
They're very dangerous. and this is based on people, like there are lists and lists and lists of people who've been injured by doing these things. Don't mix cleaning products. For instance, never mix bleach and ammonia.
No.
I almost one time was overcome by those fumes. I was in the shower, and I wanted to clean the shower with some cleanser, and so I after I was done, and so I started to clean, not realizing that my wife had already used ammonia.
Oh.
And the fumes just about got me.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one for Katie. A falling knife has no handle. So Katie, as some of you know, severely cut her thumb.
Yeah.
And we said, how did you do that? She said, well, I dropped a kitchen knife and I tried to catch it.
No.
What you do is when you drop a knife or it gets knocked off the counter, back away.
Yeah, you throw your hands up and back away.
Yeah. Moose and bison can F you up.
What?
Stay away from them. Moose and bison.
Of course.
Don't deep fry a frozen turkey.
A frozen turkey?
Yeah. You can deep fry a turkey.
Yes.
But it should be thawed.
Exactly.
But I think some people probably have said, well,
we can just throw that in there.
Yeah.
Because it's all hot.
It's hot grease.
No.
It'll catch fire. Don't touch any cool-looking caterpillars or ocean creatures.
Well, yeah.
Because she can't figure out the inputs on her television.
The inputs?
The red and the yellow one.
Yeah.
And the white one. Yeah, just plug them in the RCA.
Maybe her remote's not working. I don't know, but she's in Syracuse, by the way.
I don't know if Bill Frost can help. But
I can. I'll be right over.
It'll be over.
You can certainly tell us what's on TV this week. Brought to you by?
Nothing, actually.
No.
I wish.
Well, here he is, William P. Frost.
Yeah.
Bill Frost, as he's known locally. Bill.
Not internationally.
No, internationally it's William P. Frost.
Yeah, more formal.
Yes. Bill is he's a writer. You can read his scratchings at the cityweekly.net.
Yeah.
And then Bill is a podcaster. Wherever podcasts are found, you will find TV Tan.
Yes.
The weekly podcast he does nominally about television.
It's mostly about television.
Mostly about television?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's in a band called Magna Vega. They play Only the Best Places.
Yes. And find it all at billfrost.tv.
Okay.
All right.
And I think I know where Gina is. There's a special tonight on ABC, also on Hulu and Disney Plus, the Oprah Winfrey special, The Menopause Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
What the Menopause Revolution?
Yeah, featuring guest stars like Halle Berry, Naomi Watts, Maria Shriver, Gina Barberi, various medical experts, and we're Oprah's taking on menopause. She's letting you know.
How about a round of men applause?
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
And if you look under your seats, you'll see hot flashes.
Good one.
Thank you.
So that's happening tonight. Tuesday, I know there are people who need to know this. Paddington in Peru will be available to rent or buy.
Yeah.
I know there's a fan base out there.
People love that second Paddington movie.
I know.
It's huge, and I've not seen it. I saw the first one, but I didn't see the second one.
I don't know which number this one is.
This one's the third or fourth one.
Maybe, yeah, but now you know.
Third. I'm getting from the producers.
You can own it tomorrow.
Well, good.
Yeah. And kind of excited about this one because I knew nothing about it before yesterday. Kevin Bacon in The Bondsman on Prime Video.
I've heard something about it.
Yeah. He's he dead and he went to hell, but the devil said, go up top and bring back some demons for me. And he's a demon hunter up on the top there, and he's hoping to make the most of his life on top. And these are very short. This is like 8 half-hour episodes, so this is a very short series. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, what days does it start?
On Thursday on Prime Video.
Okay.
So it says here, along the way, he'll get a second chance at life, love, and a country music career. So I'm thinking this is the Bacon Brothers' origin story.
Could be.
Yeah. The only way that band came about. Deal with the devil.
There was another show that is basically this show.
There's, I can think of a few, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, this time it's Kevin Bacon.
Drive Angry?
There was a TV series. It only lasted a season. We were talking about it on Geek Show, and I can't remember now.
What is?
Anyway.
But yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about, but not the name.
No.
It's escaping me completely.
Yeah.
Also on Thursday on Netflix, Pulse. If you like The Pit, this is Pepsi okay?
of The Pit. It's a medical drama. It's set in Miami.
All right.
And from producers behind Lost and The Equalizer. And it's set, we're prepping for a major hurricane in Miami. And, of course, we're still going to have time. We're still going to be able to make time for sexy times.
Of course.
And distraught relationships and everything. So the revival of the medical drama is here.
It's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Pit is surprisingly good.
People love The Pit. Yeah.
Yeah, I got hooked on it. And it's,
But did the medical drama ever go away, really?
Not really, but it's
Ebbs and flows.
We're seeing more of them. Yeah. Also on Thursday, the third season of Surreal Estate, a Canadian import on Sci-Fi.
Which surprises me that it's still around.
I know.
I watched the first few episodes of the first season, and I was bored.
Yeah. The main guy here is Luke Roman, the character Tim Rosen from the good-looking Doc Holliday from Winona Earp.
Yeah.
But without the mustache, so he's
You
not
might
quite
not
the
rec-
same.
you might not recognize
Not at all.
him.
And you've probably seen a lot of ads for this one on Hulu on Friday, Dying for Sex, starring Michelle Williams. This is based on a Wondery podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about a woman who's diagnosed with late-stage breast cancer, so she leaves her husband, played by Jay Duplass. Can you blame her?
No.
It's Jay Duplass.
Exactly.
And she's going on a sexual walkabout with guidance from her friend, played by Jenny Slate.
That would be the reason I would
I
tune
think
in,
so, yeah.
is Jenny Slate.
Yes.
But I don't know if I'll watch this show.
Michelle Williams is really good.
She is good.
Yeah, also in here, Rob Delaney, Sissy Spacek, David Rash, Sledgehammer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I miss that.
I do, too. I found it on one of the free streamers with ads.
Oh, really?
But I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was.
Where's Police Squad? I want to watch Police
I'll look for it. I'll see if I can
please
find
do.
it.
Thank you.
And David Duchovny got a job on the History Channel. He's hosting Secrets Declassified with David Duchovny.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So he's Mulder. He's
Yeah.
being Mulder.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
He's ran away from it for so long that now he's embracing it.
Yep. And
Is this produced by those Ancient Aliens guys?
could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Don't know much about it. Other than I couldn't even find a trailer for it.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
coming out this week. I could not find a trailer for it. Saturday Night Live. Jack Black host.
Well, it's got to be better than this last episode.
So I was going to ask. I didn't watch it.
It's hit and miss.
Not so good.
It was not even hit. I mean, other than the news and
Yes.
the cartoon at the end.
What made it bad?
The writing. I can't even blame Mikey
Madison,
Mikey
yeah.
Madison. I can't blame anybody in the cast. They tried.
Why else do you think Morgan Wallen just walked off at the end?
All the sketches were just
Pretty
kind
flat.
of pitiful.
Yeah.
Flat, yeah.
Didn't make the most of Mikey Madison. I
No,
don't
they
think.
didn't.
No.
No.
And on Sunday, the musical guest on Saturday Night Live is Elton John and Brandy Carlisle.
Well, I
They've been
mean,
collaborating for a couple of years now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and which leads into Sunday, an evening with Elton John and Brandy Carlisle. Brandy Carlisle, one of Utah's favorite singers. And it's going to be, it's on CBS and Paramount Plus. It filmed just last week. And it's going to be an all around, we're going to play music, we're going to talk, we're going to be interviewed.
I thought it was Belinda Carlisle. That's what I...
Different Carlisle.
When I read that first, I went, Belinda Carlisle?
Yeah. And that special will be hosted by Dan Levy.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. And a couple of shows. Well, The Studio. My God, if you have not watched The Studio.
I've heard good things.
Wow, you got to see it. It's the player.
I think it was your daughter who told me. It was just so good. He says, if you're interested in how the sausage is made, so to speak, it's...
Very much so.
Well, I got to use my Apple TV subscription for something besides Severance.
Yeah.
Is it too inside baseball?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Remember the franchise from last year on HBO, behind the scenes of a big Marvel type movie? That was probably too inside. This is more relatable. You can understand what's going on. It's not you're not lost in the biz jargon or anything.
Robert in the chat room reminds me, Brimstone is the show.
Oh yeah,
Brimstone.
Fox.
It's the same show, except this one has Kevin Bacon.
Fox Friday nights, yeah. And also, I might urge you to give Mid-Century Modern a chance, even though it's set up like a sitcom and it's got a laugh track and everything.
Everything I've read about it says that it's the Golden Girls without the fun.
It's got some of the fun.
So is this the three guys?
Yeah, Nathan Lane, Nathan, I always forget his name, and Matt Bomer.
Matt Bomer.
Yeah, and you've got people like Pamela Adlon in here, Linda Lavin, made it through most of the season, and just some real comedy killers. And I talked about this on the TV Town podcast when we recorded last night. Poor Matt Bomer is just in the middle. He can't keep up with all these comedy heavy hitters.
No. Nathan Lee Graham.
Nathan Lee Graham, yes.
That's who you're thinking of.
It's just real fast, real funny. It's got that, it's from the producers of Will and Grace, so it's got that, vibe to it.
That gay vibe.
Yes.
I mean, if you're Matt Bomer and you're there in that room, you don't even try to keep up.
No,
you just play the straight guy.
He's just playing a dumb guy. Yeah,
the dumb guy.
Yeah. But it's funnier than I imagined it would be.
See, I've been staying away from it because
it's-
all the reviews have been
It's
terrible.
also got some Mormon references.
Oh yeah, and it's on what?
It is on Hulu.
On Hulu.
All 10 episodes are available now on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
And of course, we were talking before we got on the air. Yellow Jackets, just getting dark.
I mean,
much darker.
It was always dark, but it's gotten darker. It's just wow. I'm still blown away
And
by.
I love it. I love an episode that closes with a Sleater Kinney song.
Yes.
Is the coach still around? On his crutches?
Well, I guess by our silence, you may betray what happens.
It's how it happened, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I haven't gotten into this season yet.
Yeah, Joel McHale shows up late in the season, as does I'm forgetting her name already.
Anyway, but yeah, Joel McHale playing this tracker.
Yeah, he's an outdoorsman who's a little too well groomed.
His name's Kodiak.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And White Lotus last night, the second to there's only one more episode.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how they're going to.
I like it. It's getting mixed reviews. I caught the episode last night.
No, it's generally good reviews.
Yeah.
It's last night was like, okay.
How do we get out of this?
Yeah, Uncle Rico's sitting over there in the dark, just staring at people.
Ooh, that was a rough scene.
I finally watched because it is available on streaming that Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan movie.
Yeah,
how'd you like it?
Really, quite good.
Okay,
I was well pleased.
Well, that's right. It's on Hulu, isn't it?
I watched it on Disney Plus.
Well,
it just seems naughtier that way.
Yeah, a lot of the Hulu stuff is also on Disney Plus.
Yeah, a lot of crossover.
Does Chalamet capture Dylan's essence?
He does. He was really good.
Yeah,
and sang his own stuff, and I went in expecting nothing, and I got a lot.
Chalamet goes electric.
Chalamet goes electric. That's the story. Is that it's leading up to Bob Dylan going electric and the fallout from that.
Which was a lie that I don't know how that got perpetrated because Bob Dylan had been electric before that moment.
Well, sure,
he had done electric,
but he was doing
stuff.
it at a folk festival.
Yeah.
That's why it was a problem.
I guess, but it was just like he's gone electric.
Yeah.
What? He's done that.
Anyway, the guy who played Johnny Cash was really good too.
And I heard Ed Norton is really good as
Ed Norton's good as Pete Seeger.
Pete Seeger.
Anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Bill Frost.
Sure.
Thank you.
BillFrost.tv. You will find all things Frosty.
Yes.
Traffic, please.
Traffic. I-215 northbound. There's that crash near Cottonwood Heights that is causing some delays over there, and somebody texted in some traffic for me as well. Southbound I-15 approaching 106 South. There is debris in the right lane. Looks like hallway runner carpet rolls. Thank you for texting that in. It's all brought to you by Fight Mold, Germs, and Odors with UV Light Air Purifying System from our trusted friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. To save $300 on a new UV Light Air Purifier, click larsonhvac.com/X96.
All right. Beat Gina. It's Beat Nick today.
You know it.
It's the multiple choice pop culture trivia. Easy to play, easy to win. What is our prize today?
Our prize today is Mumford & Sons tickets.
So Mumford & Sons tickets, if you want those, 877-602-9696. It'll be easy to beat Nick. As I write these questions for Gina.
Well, my guessing game is pretty good.
He did win on Friday.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. 877-602-9696.
Very important is happening this week.
What? Prove it.
This week?
A movie that I have been waiting for years, actually.
There are actually two movies, aren't there? Isn't there a documentary also that's coming out about her?
Yeah. So the movie I'm talking about, and Bill could tell where I was going with this, is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Wow.
And there is a Judy Bloom documentary that's
I think it's being released at the same time.
yeah.
Judy Bloom being the author of.
Yes.
Well, is this movie going to be able to be shown everywhere? Because
some controversy
you know,
about that.
they've been banning that book in some Republican states
for decades.
I heard Judy Bloom interviewed yesterday about all that,
Mm-hmm.
and she actually lives in Florida.
Oh, well, there's first problem.
And if you don't know, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, is a book about an 11-year-old girl, Margaret,
puberty,
who's and the talk of school is, did you get it yet? I haven't got it yet. Did you get it? Your period. Did
you get that thing I sent you?
Yeah. And hear what I said there. She's 11.
Mm-hmm.
That is below the age that Ron DeSantis thinks it's okay to talk about these things in school with kids. But this movie has a 96% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 100% audience score. Now, that's probably because all of the people that have seen it are people like me that have a great love of this book.
Okay.
But it's so nice to hear that it's...
Did your mother know you were reading that book?
Yes.
You sure? Did she know what was in it?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But Judy Bloom, her books were so important to me when I was a kid. I mean, I devoured them.
What other things did she write that were...
She had...
'cause I've heard of this one.
Oh, she had a bunch. She had Blubber, which was a book about a girl who was overweight. And her dealing with that. She had Forever, which was a little older teenage story about, we love each other, we're going to be together forever. And then, maybe, that's probably not. But there's some teen sex in that. There's... she's written some adult books, too.
So she likes writing about teenagers having sex.
Well,
huh?
she just writes about growing up teenagers, the problems kids have. I absolutely loved her books. I don't love her adult books so much. She had one that came out a few years ago that I didn't care for, but her teen books were part of my... she was the first author that I slavishly followed as a kid. Like, anytime a new book of hers would come out, I would get it instantly.
Now, according to Guy in the chat room, Judy Bloom is one of the film's producers, and she claims it is better than the book.
Oh, so there are things in it. So she wrote it. It came out in 1970.
Yes.
So by the time I read it, it had probably been out, I don't know, 10 years or something. And in the book, they talk about, you guys aren't going to care about this, but period products have changed a lot over the years.
What do you mean I wouldn't care about that?
And in the book, they talk about, and she never updated this. She just, you know, it has remained the same. She talked about how you used to have to wear a garter belt.
A belt.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
To hold it in place.
Your sanitary napkin. It was always embarrassing. My mother would send me to the store to buy her Tampax. Tampax.
But
Kotex, that's what it was,
yeah.
Kotex.
But I was surprised because I didn't know that. I thought, you know, it was always just the thing that stuck to your underwear. I didn't know that you girls actually had to wear a belt around under their clothes.
I remember the ads for them. I remember the TV commercials. No more belts.
Yeah,
it was. We have wings now.
But she did. She hasn't ever changed her books, the content of them. But she's added things like in Forever, the book about the teen sex. In the book, the girl goes to get on the pill because she's trying to be responsible. Judy Bloom added a little note to the beginning of the book saying, I'm not changing the content of the book, but dear reader, I would like you to know if I was writing this book today, I would tell you not only is it important to be on the pill, but to use a condom
as well
for sexually transmitted infections. So
to prevent them, not for them.
No, not
wear a condom for sexually transmitted infections.
Prevent them from happening. But she's been super influential and helpful, I think, for kids in their tween and teen years.
I keep thinking about Kotex, and I remember seeing those belts for them. And my mother had them, and that reminds me of a scene. I think it's a movie called The Fortune, and Jack Nicholson is talking about is my mother used to send me to the store to buy her Kotex, but so I wouldn't be embarrassed, she told me they were little mousy beds.
What? Just doesn't make any sense.
Little mousy beds, little beds for mice.
But I'm excited, and I do not venture to the theater very
Anybody
often.
we know
anymore.
in it?
Yeah, Rachel McAdams is
Oh,
in
that's
it.
right.
Oh,
Kathy Bates is in it.
Kathy Bates is great. She plays the 12-year-old girl. She's
No, she
really
plays
incredible.
the grandma. The grandmother plays a really pivotal role in it. So the other thing about Margaret, the reason it's Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. She grows up in a multi.
Generational?
No, that, but like her mom is Jewish
Yeah.
and her dad's Christian, or the other way around. So she has this push and pull of, I don't know what my religion is. I don't know. She's got a lot of questions for God about what's going on.
Well, I can see why Ron DeSantis would want all of her books banned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope you're not planning on taking your children to see this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's shocking. That is shocking. Exposing kids to that kind of stuff.
It's wonderful.
That really happens in life.
Yeah. I love her.
Well, I'm very excited for you.
Yeah, I doesn't really.
Carrie, you understand with reading things as a kid and then seeing them realized.
That's why I'm excited for you. But just as you will not see the ones that were written for me as a kid that are now being made into movies, I will not see the one that because, well...
Well, sometimes I get the menstrual cramps real hard.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah.
All of this stuff that was written when I was a kid now being made into movies.
And you never
documentary about Stan Lee, you know?
Yeah.
We're in this. We understand each other.
We're there. It's just kind of different.
Just a different sort of
subject
angle.
matter.
Yeah. Not a lot of menstruating in the Marvel universe.
There should be.
I mean, there is. They just don't talk about it. Right?
I think Sue Storm may have informed Reed Richards that she was late.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well.
You know, when...
Yeah.
She should have listened to Judy Bloom and used 2 forms of birth control, and that wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. But then we wouldn't have the Power Pack comment. Grandmaster Flash and Melly Bell, White Lines. We used to play that song a lot. If you know, you know.
I know.
Yes. Is this a sponsored feature, Nick?
It is. Don't miss the True Loves live at the Stateroom Tuesday, April 1st. Experience great live music and adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Utah's coolest venues. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Thank you.
Well, we'll get to beating Nick, and beating him good, in just a moment.
All right.
But first, I'm Johnny O, and I want to tell you about the end. The end of pudding as you've known it.
Oh.
Birdseye introduces Cool and Creamy Pudding. The end of cooked puddings. Cool and Creamy comes frozen. Find it in your grocer's freezer. The end of lumpy puddings. Cool and Creamy stays creamy and smooth, ready to eat. The end of watery puddings. Cool and Creamy keeps 2 weeks in your refrigerator. The end of so-so flavors. Cool and Creamy's the chocolatiest, the butterscotchiest, the vanilla-iest. The end of a perfect meal. The beginning of a whole new dessert. Cool and Creamy, the world's best pudding. From Clarence Birdseye.
Oh, thank you.
And now, speaking of cool and creamy, here he is, cool and dreamy.
Oh.
Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Professional game show announcer, Johnny Ola. All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Nick, you'll be going up against Jeremy today.
Jeremy.
Are you there, Jeremy?
I'm here.
All right, Jeremy, let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage of the game. You call it heads or tails.
We'll go ahead.
All right, let's see what we got. Heads it is.
Ooh, there I am.
Which means that Jeremy goes first. This first question is for you, Jeremy, to answer on your own. Multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Nick to answer the same question, stealing the point away from you, and we'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. We've got some leftover questions. Let's see. Holly Hunter trivia. Holly, actress.
Yeah.
You can see by my dead stare, I know a lot about this.
Exactly. Actress Holly Hunter. Here we go. First question. Holly Hunter made her film debut in what? Jeremy, was it 1, Freddy Got Fingered? Was it 2, Zombievers? 3, The Burning? Or 4, Raising Arizona?
Let's go with Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona is incorrect. Terribly sorry. Nick?
Yes.
What is the answer?
Can you give me the other options
Is
again?
it 1, Freddy Got Fingered?
Okay.
Is it 2, Zombievers? Or 3, The Burning?
The Burning?
The Burning is correct.
That's correct. Nick has a point.
She was a co-star in Raising Arizona?
Yeah.
And I know who Holly Hunter is.
Yeah.
Yes. There's Nick. He has a point, and he controls the question, and he knows who Holly Hunter is.
I'm a good guesser. Okay.
Nick, at the age of 9, Holly Hunter learned what instrument?
Okay.
Is it 1, the fluber? Is it 2, the electro-cardio flukes?
Okay.
Is it 3, the piano? Or 4, the flute?
It's got to be 4, the flute.
Why would you say that?
It's the only...
You said it so confidently.
Here's a chance for you to tie it
All
up,
right.
Jeremy.
Let's say piano.
Piano is
Yes.
correct,
Well, that's not trivia.
But why would you say that?
Because it's not trivia. Everybody knows how to play piano.
I don't.
All right, well...
I can't. I can play the flute, though. Doesn't everybody learn to play
I do know how to play piano. I don't know how to play the flute.
You see, I would have said the flute myself because Holly Hunter sort of talks out of the corner of her mouth. You ever notice that?
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe she has a good embouchure.
Sure.
All right.
Jeremy controls the question. The game is tied.
Jeremy, what caused Holly Hunter to lose permanent hearing in her left ear? Left ear. Sorry. What caused Holly Hunter to lose permanent hearing in her left ear when she was a child? Was it 1, a competitive lawn dart accident? Is it 2, she never cleaned her ears and potatoes grew in them? Is it 3, a childhood case of the mumps? Or 4, a childhood case of tetanus?
Let's say tetanus.
Tetanus? Terribly
Nick?
sorry.
Well, Carrie, I gotta go with mumps.
Gotta
on
go
that
with
one.
mumps on
Yes.
that one.
All right. Nick stole that point away, and Nick controls the question. This might be your doom.
Nick, we're moving on to the Dark Knight trivia.
As long as Batman didn't learn piano in this, I think I'll be okay.
In the movie, who faked his death after getting shot? Was it 1, Detective Harvey Bullock? Was it 2, Jim Gordon? Was it 3, Trump? Or 4, Bugs Bunny?
Oh, I'm blanking on that movie. Jim Gordon, right?
Jim Gordon. Is
And
correct.
Nick,
Yes.
Nick wins the game. There you go. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Jeremy. So sorry. But Nick,
Champion guesser.
you don't have any desire, Nick, to go see Mumford and Son, do you?
Do you? Don't put me on the spot here. Tell you what, out of the kindness of my heart, for stomping with my guessing, and we'll give Jeremy these Mumford & Sons tickets, who are playing over at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater this upcoming June 14th.
That's why I suggested that you didn't want to go. You would give him the tickets.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Put you on hold there, Jeremy.
Hang on the line.
I've got to go. Mrs. Zola's fixing up some pudding.
Pudding. Thank you. All right, Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Experience the adrenaline, the speed, and the precision of the Blue Angels like never before on the giant IMAX screen at Clark Planetarium. Blue Angels 3D takes flight March 22nd, and pre-sale tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets today at clarkplanetarium.org.
Tina Louise.
Yes.
She would prefer not to talk about Ginger, her breathy sitcom character from the 60s. Luckily, to the children she tutors, she's just Ms. Tina. The TV star with the beauty mark on her cheek shows up at a school on Upper East Side of Manhattan every Wednesday, and for an hour, Ms. Tina, as the students and teachers call her, devotes herself to a pair of 7-year-olds who are struggling with reading. They'll go through whatever books the teacher gives her, like All Aboard or How to Catch a Witch. When her time is up, she'll head home. None of the children will have any idea that Ginger from Gilligan's Island, in real life, the actress Tina Louise, has just spent the best 60 minutes of her week, she says, with them.
I guess it's time to take her off of my Deadpool list.
She doesn't like to talk about the television show that made her a household name. She has no desire to revisit the years between 64 and 67 when she was marooned on an island with a trunk full of slinky sequin gowns 98 episodes of Gilligan's Island, and she doesn't like to talk about it.
Why?
I don't have. She doesn't regret it.
It's beloved,
She says,
Tina.
although she and the cast never received residuals,
No.
I'm very grateful for all the things that have happened to me and the opportunities I've had, she said. She is the show's last living cast member.
Yep.
And she recently celebrated a birthday she would prefer not to discuss. I'm 29, she says. She looks lovely. She is, and I don't know. I guess the New York Times just decided to do
a puff
a
piece
little
or something.
profile of Tina Louise.
Back up though. She didn't get residuals for
No.
Gilligan's Island?
No, they didn't.
That was back in the old days when you were just paid for your job.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. She is on my Deadpool. Maybe I'll have to take her off if she's.
How do you know how old she is?
She's in her 90s, I believe.
Really?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up.
Huh, she looks great. I mean, and she's still working as a tutor. So, but she does. I don't like her.
She could make some money going on these fan con events. You know, she could easily make some money doing it. But she'd have to talk about Gilligan's Island.
91 years old.
91, yeah.
Tina Louise has, on an episode of Gilligan's Island, Ginger, Marianne, and Mrs. Howell formed a pop group called the Honeybees.
Yes.
Reminded of this, Ms. Louise was silent for a moment and then giggled. That's funny. I forgot all about that. All right.
Okay.
Let's move on. A 53-year-old man hiding in a dumpster on Salt Lake City private property, was arrested and admitted to officers that he had been planning to steal copper from a business that he would later sell. According to the Salt Lake police, an officer was patrolling the area down California Avenue. They noticed a business that had previously been subject of several trespassing reports. The owners previously advised officers they would not stand for trespassers on their property. And so one of the cops heard some movement from the fenced-off yard, investigated, and found Stephen Kendall Radmel hiding in a dumpster. Radmel said, "I'm just trying to sleep in there. I mean, come on." But documents say that he later planned to break into the business and steal copper for profit. He had several warrants out for his arrest, but he'd been living in this dumpster, not just for a night. He'd been living in this dumpster for quite some time, apparently. So Nikola founder Trevor Milton, convicted by a New York jury in 2022 for misleading investors about the electric vehicles maker's technology, was pardoned Friday by Trump, according to a White House official. Milton said Thursday in a post that he spoke to Trump over the phone and he signed his pardon of innocence. Prosecutors can no longer hurt me. They can't destroy my family. They can't rip everything away from me. They can't ruin my life, Milton said in a video. Milton, a major Republican Party donor, was convicted in October of 2022 on securities and wire fraud charges. Prosecutors said he was overstating the claims about the company's production of zero-emission trucks. Investors lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. He defrauded them.
Yeah.
The businessman was sentenced to 4 years in prison, was fined $1 million in late 2022. He's been free on bail while appealing the case. Milton's pardon comes just over a month after Nikola, an electric vehicle startup, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The company lost hundreds of millions of dollars over the scandal around Milton. During the trial, prosecutors zeroed in on the company's video, produced by Milton, of a prototype truck, this electric vehicle we're doing, that looked like it was going downhill, appearing like the company created a working vehicle. The prosecutors said it was actually a General Motors truck that had a Nikola logo stamp on it.
Yep.
And it was in neutral, and it was going down. It wasn't really running.
No.
We have never seen this level of deception at a public company, especially of this size, said prosecutors. When asked about the pardon on Friday, Trump contended that Mr. Milton was persecuted because he was supportive of the president and that the Utah entrepreneur was highly recommended by lots of people. There are many people like that. They support Trump, and they just went after him because he supported Trump.
No.
No, he defrauded people.
Yes.
And Milton, here's the reason he got a pardon. Milton gave nearly $3 million in contributions to various GOP campaigns, PACs, and state-level committees. He raised $920,000 and gave it to the Trump 47 committee.
Yeah.
A joint fundraising committee that split money between Trump and the National Committee. He dished out $284,000 to the Republican National. This is why he got a pardon.
Yeah, he bought it.
He got a pardon not because he was supporting Trump and people will go after. Yeah, no.
And he didn't support Trump until just recently.
Yeah.
You know, he found out that you can buy a pardon.
Yeah. A confidential Pentagon document suggests that the United States may not come to Europe's aid in the event of a Russian attack.
Oh, really?
A leaked internal memo from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth,
Another leak from Pete.
whose staggering lies were exposed this week, is said to prioritize deterring China's ambitions over Taiwan and bolstering defense measures on U.S. soil. According to the Washington Post, parts of the memo are strikingly similar to a publication by a conservative think tank involved with Project 2025, with sections mirroring it word for word. It comes amid another Hegseth scandal over his tattoo and a panicked phone call from Trump over Elon Musk. Do you know about the tattoo? Eagle eye observers of Hegseth.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of tattoos. They noticed a new one. It's Arabic script.
Yep.
Okay.
Hegseth posted an image of himself doing jumping jacks and push-ups with Navy SEALs. It comes as he is facing mounting pressure to resign. But what he has the new tattoo revealed in the video features the Arabic word kafir, which in the Quran means disbeliever or infidel, and it is inked right below Hegseth's Deus Vult tattoo. The Deus Vult tattoo, a Crusader slogan.
Yeah.
And then under that, he's now gotten a new tattoo that's in Arabic script, kafir. It is a clear symbol of Islamophobia from the man overseeing U.S. wars.
He's a Christian nationalist.
Yeah,
he is.
And he's an Islamophobe.
Yeah.
The tattoos are part of the normalization of Islamophobia at the highest levels of power, said one critic.
Wait, he got this since the position?
Yeah.
Is what's implied?
It's a new
Yeah.
tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The smell of decaying bodies permeating the streets of Myanmar's second-largest city on Sunday. People worked frantically by hand to try and clear rubble in the hope of finding somebody still alive. 3 days now, after a massive earthquake, more than, I think it's 17,000 people they have counted, but there will be more. The 7.7 magnitude quake hit midday on Friday with the epicenter near Mandalay, bringing down scores of buildings and damaging other infrastructure like the city's airport. Relief efforts have been hampered by buckled roads, downed bridges, spotty communication, and the challenges of operating in a country which is in the midst of a civil war. The search for survivors has been primarily conducted by local residents using shovels and their hands. And the temperature is 106 degrees, and it is just...
Did you see some of the videos?
Yeah. We talked about it on Friday a little bit, but the full details didn't come out.
I'm starting to see more videos now.
It's sad. It is a hellscape over there right now.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Let's see. Do we still have time here? Or
no.
Nope. Okay.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Sports. Beer League hockey goalie who is 64 dies after being hit in the chest with a puck.
Wow.
A hockey goalie playing at Florida Beer League had died from a cardiac arrest after being hit in the chest with a puck on the ice in Florida. The unidentified 64-year-old of the Kraken Beers was the goalie. Was in between the posts Tuesday night at Community First Igloo Rink in Jacksonville when the fateful shot was fired by a member of the opposing Fireballs Club. Immediately after absorbing the blow to the chest from the disc of vulcanized rubber, the goalie complained of feeling unwell and exited the game, the outlet added, citing a police report. The goalkeeper then collapsed, still in his hockey pads, near the stands, and bystanders rushed to perform CPR, according to the Herald.
Wow.
There you go. That is your little sports report there. Checking out the weather. Like I was talking about earlier, we are going to see some spotty sprinkles later in the day, and then that precipitation is going to continue into tomorrow, where we will get some snow, actually. I'm not sure if it'll stick to the ground with how warm it's going to be tomorrow morning, but we should see some snowflakes coming down at some point. High of 55 today, high of 41 tomorrow. Taking a peek at the traffic now. Making sure I hit the refresh button because I am not seeing a single issue out there on the roads this morning. But hey, I'm in here. You're out there. Text me. 33986 is the text line where you can share your own traffic updates. That's all brought to you by Haster Games. For board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and so much more, visit Haster Games at 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
All right, so we got some geek news for you after this, and then just after 9 o'clock, it's the Boner recap game. We'll tell you how to play and what you'll win.
Is here. He is the donut critic. These are not donuts.
He likes all kinds of snacks.
This is not donuts, Benjamin Lee.
It's true. I have been branching out into the more savory side over the last few months, and so this is what I'm bringing you.
All right.
So tell us where to start here.
Okay, so what I've brought you is a salsa bar. So I've brought you actually 6 different types of salsas, and this is something that I like to do. I like to get a ton of variety and then mix and match and then kind of talk through some of the flavors.
Okay.
So,
And are these special chips of any kind, or just?
So I did mix in a few special chips in there. So some of the things I like to do is change up the chips because some salsas go better with certain chips. And so these are Santitas, and I like that with this type of salsa. And some of them actually have the cilantro lime as well.
Yeah.
So you might get the special flavor there.
So my chip is poised. What am I tasting first?
Okay, so these are Salsa Queen salsas. So this is the awesome, typical American business story where she starts with nothing and then builds it into this empire.
Yeah.
And that's happened over the last 10 years. So she started really small and had 7 kids at that time, and then just started making those fresh salsas, and then it's now built into this amazing company. And one of the
And it's not just here. I mean, it was a Utah company, but it's gone national, hasn't it?
Everywhere now.
Yeah, so her fresh ones are all around Utah, so Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana. And then now she's national. She just went on the Home Shopping Network for these freeze-dried salsas, and that's what we're going to taste test a little bit too.
Okay, so just tell me what to do.
Okay, so I'm going to have you mix the green tomatillo with the creamy jalapeno.
The white one.
Yes.
Okay.
So I usually mix that at a 50-50 ratio, and that's where the magic happens. I think her salsas are really good by themselves, obviously, but when you are mixing and matching, that is where I think, that's where the sweet, some of the tartness, and then that creaminess all come together.
It's okay if we double dip too.
No, that's your plate for sure. So
that's really, I like those two together.
That's a great combo.
Yeah, that's my favorite. And then another one that I mix is the red chili and the creamy chipotle. So it's the red salsa and then the creamy chipotle. And when you mix those as well, it same thing. It brings together those flavors. I talk about impactful foods, and sometimes creaminess is not impactful, other than to maybe bring in and start, making it a different vehicle for dips or sandwiches or whatnot. And so when you mix those two, and then what else you have on your plate? You have dried salsa. You have freeze-dried salsa.
That?
Yeah, what do you?
So besides, reconstituting it when you're backpacking, picnicking, or putting it in your food storage, it's also used as a spice or something that you can kind of throw on tacos.
Sprinkle on top. Okay, yeah.
Because one of the things I like about freeze-dried candy is it concentrates those flavors and makes it just really impactful, really flavorful.
I didn't think about that. You're right.
I'm mixing it with some of the creamy.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
That one's the creamy jalapeno.
I'm mixing it with that.
But honestly, what she's built has just been amazing. I've known her for 5 or 6 years, as that story has been really developing. She's just so genuine, and I think that she's just such a gem for Utah.
What is the salsa queen's name?
It's the salsa queen.
So her name is Marba, but in 2019 she got U.S. citizenship and officially changed her first name to Salsa Queen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So you can call her Salsa Queen on the street, and she would answer because that's her official.
Queen.
But yeah, this is just an amazing set of salsas.
Now this dried powdery salsa here in the middle. Which one is that one?
So that's the mango pineapple.
See, here's the thing. You might see that in the store and think, what am I doing with that? Get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really adds, when you add it to the other salsas, it really does bring some complex flavors in there. It's amazing.
Yeah, I personally don't like sweet salsas, and so that one fresh isn't my favorite, but dried and sprinkled on top of something,
exactly,
it really gives a punch. It's almost like the tahini, you know. You're
That's exactly like like that. Yeah.
But again, it's just those flavors that are really concentrated down and adds to flavors on that. So. But yeah, I take it traveling, backpacking, everything like that, because you know you got to bring those good flavors. You got to get that stuff.
I could take it from the house to the backyard.
So where can you buy these?
So you can buy these in grocery stores. So go on salsaqueen.com and it will show the store locations. And you should be able to get those fresh and freeze-dried within those grocery store locations now. Nationally, they're at like Cabela's and other places that do freeze-dried. But yeah, salsaqueen.com, and you can order them online and they get shipped right to you. I think if you're locally, you'll actually get it hand-delivered. So
These are really amazing. I mean,
I'm surprised how much I like the
986.
Okay. What is the sponsor for this feature?
The sponsor is satisfying all your gift needs since 1982 and located in the heart of Trolley Square. It's Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
So much.
So much.
Oh, yeah.
So much more.
A lot of cool stuff there. All right. Let's see. Now, we're going to follow up on a story. All right. I do have some breaking geek news.
What?
That's good news, but I got a follow-up story first.
Okay, all right.
Because last week we were telling you about the Avengers Doomsday reveal.
Yes.
Yeah.
That video with Robert Downey Jr. and the chairs.
And everybody.
Yeah. 5.5 hour video on YouTube.
What?
Live stream. That's how long it took to
Just
do
the
it.
chairs, right?
Of just the chairs.
Yeah.
And this is just the people. About every 15 minutes, they'd reveal a new actor who's going to be in Avengers Doomsday.
All right.
20. And we gave you the list last week, and you can look it up. I just wanted to point out that Deadline is reporting that it received over 275 million views over its runtime, 3.1 million mentions across social media. That trumps the view records the studio previously established for a Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. 24 hours after it dropped, we were all making jokes about the chairs and everything, but it remained the #2 trending stream on YouTube. So everyone who says that Marvel is dead and their superhero fatigue, I'd just like to show you these numbers. Go ahead. All right.
That people are saying that, aren't they?
They do say that.
That it's lost its luster somehow.
But, well, apparently not.
We need to get some real stars in there like John Voight.
Breaking good news.
Okay.
As you know, David Zaslav at Warner Brothers has declared war on Looney Tunes.
Yeah, seems like.
Left and right.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can't find them on Max. You know, your classic Looney Tunes. There's a few there. They did not want to distribute The Day the Earth Blew Up, which is in theaters now. So a group called Ketchup Entertainment bought the rights and put it in theaters. So they they bought the movie from Warner Brothers and they handle the distribution and take all the money. Now, back to Coyote versus Acme.
Oh, the live action.
It's a live action and animated film. Great premise where the Coyote decides to sue Acme for all of their defective products. It's based on an Esquire short story. It was a brilliant idea. They made the movie. Warner Brothers decided they weren't going to release it.
Yeah, big controversy about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, now Ketchup Entertainment has announced they have completed the deal.
Oh, good.
For Coyote versus Acme to be on the big screen.
Oh.
So Gareth West, CEO of Ketchup Entertainment, said, "We're thrilled to have made a deal with Warner Brothers to bring the film to audiences worldwide. Coyote versus Acme. Perfect blend of nostalgia and modern storytelling. So that means we're probably going to be able to see it. Now here's hoping it's good."
I would bet this movie is going to make more money than it originally was just because of the hype around it.
Let me ask this. So if it's good and it makes a lot of money, and who at Warner Brothers is going to lose their job over this?
I hope David Zaslav.
Yeah.
I hope it's him because he's the one he's ruining all of their IP. He's just all he understands is reality shows. That's all he knows.
Second show to get second movie, excuse me, to get canned after Catwoman.
Batgirl, you mean.
Yeah, you're right. Batwoman.
Well, they completely deleted Batgirl. They didn't even bother to try to sell it or anything like that. They just deleted it and took the tax write-off.
Disgusting.
But this is, I think, a $50 million deal, and so Warner Brothers is getting their $50 million, and then Ketchup will get whatever's left over from this. Now, that's the good news in Looney Tunes land. The bad news is that the legendary Termite Terrace, as it's called, Building 131...
Was that where animators work?
Where the animators that did the original classic Looney Tunes worked, is being torn down.
Oh.
Again, David Zaslav. He's got no respect for history or anything like that. They're just going to tear it down. Building 131 being discarded despite its significance to animation history. It is where Chuck Jones did his last short From Hair to Eternity in Looney Tunes history. You know, the Bugs Bunny show, Friz Freeling era of Looney Tunes cartoons. That's where they made those cartoons. And they're just going to tear it down. Tear down the building. All right. Let's see. You like Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
No. Not in the slightest, actually.
Well, the Scooby Gang will be taking on a new era. Scooby-Doo live-action series on Netflix. 8 episodes. Greg Berlanti Productions rebooting the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, but it's live action. All right.
Well, the Scooby-Doo movies from the 2000s were good.
Well, James Gunn wrote one of them.
Yeah.
And so what this is it's going to be a reimagining of the whole thing, live action. During their final summer at camp, old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in a haunting mystery surrounding a lonely lost Great Dane puppy.
Oh.
See?
Yeah.
That may have been a witness to a supernatural murder. So then they, together with the pragmatic and scientific townie Velma and the strange but ever so handsome new kid Fred, set out to solve the case.
Wait,
So-
Scooby is a witness to a murder in this?
And he's a puppy.
We're assuming that's Scooby.
Well, he's a Great Dane.
Yeah.
Probably. All right. Saw 11. I'm not embarrassed to say I enjoy the Saw movies. I think they're fun.
You've seen all of them.
I've seen most of them. But they were planning on Saw 11, and then there was some problems and all of that. Well, on the social media from Billy the Puppet from the Saw movies, he posted, "I've seen the rumors. They say it's game over. You should know me better than that. The game is never over." Basically what Billy is saying, as long as there's money to be made, we'll find a way to make these damn movies. And, there's your Billy the Puppet update. They will be going forward. The Legend of Zelda. Live-action movie. It's been kicked around Hollywood here for a while. They finally got a director.
Now, remind me, that's a video game, right?
Video game, yes. Wes Ball, who did Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, of course. He says we finally got it figured out. We're working with Nintendo and Sony to make the movie. He says we have now officially started the development of the film. It will take time for it to be completed, but I hope you look forward to seeing it.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's taken this long to get a Legend of Zelda.
Apparently, Nintendo has been very controlling.
Yeah.
About the whole thing. So I guess he sat down with them and worked it out.
I'm surprised they're more controlling with Zelda than Mario.
Well, I think they saw the Mario money come in and went, oh, that's what it is. Okay, all right. And then finally this, I'm surprised Bill Frost didn't talk about this, Common Side Effects, that animated series on Adult Swim from Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
I'm meaning to watch that.
I've started watching it. I was watching it thinking I would be much more into this if it was live action.
Really?
Because it's good.
Uh-huh.
But if it were live action and there were some stakes, I would be like, I'd be interested.
But the animation style is really interesting.
So what's it about?
It's about a mysterious mushroom with healing properties. It can cure just about anything. And so Big Pharma is trying to destroy it. But it's getting season 2. So catch up on it so you can see season 2. There you go.
Dude, there is no traffic out there. I don't
Really?
know what to tell you. It's green. You're good to go. So make your traffic dreams come true this morning is what I would say. That is your traffic report.
Your traffic dreams?
Mm-hmm.
I have traffic dreams.
I dream of traffic.
Yes. All right. So there we go. We'll take a break, play a song, and then it's the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win. If you were listening this morning and you heard the Boner winner, you know the answer to the question, who won the boner. That's how you win the prize. If you weren't listening, you might be able to guess today. But why guess when you could cheat? Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boners March 31, 2025. Click on there. It'll say winner. Next to the winner, what is the prize?
The prize today is tickets to see Garbage. We're playing at the Complex October 29th.
Garbage tickets, 877-602-9696. Go see Shirley Manson and the band performing at the Complex?
Excuse me.
Was
Yeah,
it?
Complex.
The Complex,
Mhm.
all right. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play the Boner Recap Game to get those tickets. Zero Res. Spring is here. It's time to get your carpet clean. Or your air ducts clean. That's really what you need to have done.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be turning the AC on here pretty soon. Get the air ducts cleaned, and they can certainly help you with
They
that.
did that at my house, and it was great.
Yeah. Did you know up to 40 pounds of particles, dust, dirt, debris
Oh, I had way more than that.
accumulate in your carpets every year?
Oh, in the carpet.
In the carpet, yeah. You want to get that taken care of. Zero Res, they can clean all that stuff. They use patented technology to get your carpets insanely clean without the use of detergents or harsh chemicals. Helps them stay cleaner for longer while being safe for both the kids and the pets. You got faster dry times. Unlike traditional cleaners, Zero Res leaves your carpets dry in hours, not days. Remember when you...
Yeah. And it's all crinkly and
Yeah,
crusty.
Zero Res comes in, they clean it up beautifully. And the Gotta Love It guarantee, if for any reason you are unsatisfied with the quality of your cleaning, they can re-clean your areas that you are not happy with for free within 30 days after your appointment. So get 3 rooms cleaned for only $119 plus 1 hallway for free when you mention X96. It's 866-0RES or go online to zerores.com. Schedule your...
Well, I know you thought it would end someday, but so far you're wrong. The game show Beat Gina is still on the air. I'm Johnny O, and I'm the kind of announcer who will do anything for money. When it comes to stakes, Donald Trump has just raised the stakes. The Sharper Image is a store with fantastic products of all kinds, and they agree with Donald Trump. Trump steaks are the world's greatest steaks in every sense of the word. And the Sharper Image...
What?
And I'm just getting word that the Sharper Image stores have closed.
Oh, good heavens.
They've closed, but Trump steaks are by far the best tasting, most flavorful beef. Now I'm just getting word.
What?
That there are no more Trump steaks.
No.
They must have sold out.
Never should have been. I guess.
They sold out. Because you know Trump understands steaks. It's his favorite food.
Is it?
Wait, I'm getting word that his favorite food is hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Well, never mind then.
Okay.
And now, here he is, the Sharper Image of game show hosts.
Oh.
One bite and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. He's the best of the best, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola, professional game show announcer. Let's sorry, that money went away from you there.
Oh, my.
Okay, well, Bob is on the line. The randomizer has chosen Bob to be the contestant today. Bob, are you there?
I am.
All right, Bob, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Always go with heads.
All right, see what happens. It is heads.
Well,
Gina.
you chose well, Bob. You are one step closer to winning these Offspring tickets.
All right, Bob, because you won the coin toss, the first question is for you to answer exclusively. Multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, Gina has been paying attention. She may just answer it correctly and steal your point away. And we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. All right. Matthew Vaughn, the filmmaker, it's his birthday today, so Matthew Vaughn trivia. Bob, first question for you. Matthew Vaughn was set to direct what Marvel movie in 2011, but then dropped out? Was going to direct it, but then dropped out. Was it 1, Thor? Was it 2, Incredible Hulk? Was it 3, The Great Lakes Avengers, The Death of Flatman? Or 4, Peter Porker, The Spectacular Spider-Ham?
Let's go with 1.
Thor is correct, yes.
There it is. A point for Bob. Now, Gina.
Gina.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go here. Matthew Vaughn withdrew from directing X-Men Days of Future Past.
Did he direct anything? Seems like he withdraws from lots of things.
He directed X-Men First Class.
Oh, okay.
But he withdrew from direction of X-Men Days of Future Past in order to direct what film?
Oh, okay.
Is it 1, the Japanese Aquaman ripoff Water Capable Hero? Is it 2, Hell's Kitchen Nightmares Iron Top Chef Cafeteria Throwdown Ultimate Cook-Off Challenge?
Yes.
Ooh.
Was it 3, Kingsman, The Secret Service? Or 4, The Fault in Our Stars?
See, now, because Kingsman makes sense because it's action and it's, but maybe that's not it. Maybe it's, I don't know if Carrie's trying to trick me.
And you know,
here.
ladies and gentlemen, what you're hearing here is how her mind works.
Carrie might be trying to trick me here. I'm going Fault in Our Stars.
Fault in Our Stars, huh?
Ah.
You know, Gina, that trick has never worked for you.
No.
No?
Never. It never works.
All right. Bob, what
Bob?
say you?
I'm going to go for Kingsman.
Kingsman is
Gave
correct,
that to
of course.
you, Bob.
That's 2 points for Bob, no points for Gina.
You not only gave it, you handed it to
Yes,
him.
there
On a
you
silver
go.
platter, you handed it to him.
Generous Gina genius.
Yep.
I appreciate
Bob,
it.
Bob has 2 points, and he controls the question.
Bob, X-Men First Class is a movie that he directed. One of the better X-Men movies, in my opinion.
Bob directed that?
No, Matthew Vaughn.
Oh.
Who were Matthew Vaughn's top 2 choices to play the villain, Sebastian Shaw, in X-Men First Class? Top 2 choices. Was it 1, Blast Hard Cheese and Buff Drink Lots? Was it 2, Colin Firth and Kevin Bacon? Was it 3, Dirk Hardpeck and Rip Steakface? Or was it 4, Jason Statham and Bruce Willis?
I'm going to say number 4.
Jason Statham and Bruce Willis? Terribly sorry.
Okay, Gina.
Well, it would have been my choice to say Colin Firth and Kevin Bacon.
Yes, and Kevin Bacon got the part.
That's a point for Gina. She controls the question. She
Don't
has a
get
chance to tie the game.
Don't get too comfortable, Bob. You thought you had this.
Gina, after being rejected by every studio they approached, how did Matthew Vaughn make the movie Kick-Ass independently?
Okay.
How did he do it? Was it
Okay.
1, he raised the budget at a dinner party?
Okay.
Was it 2, he ran up the limit of 6 different credit cards?
Yeah.
Was it 3, he sold his valuable bottle cap collection?
Could be.
Or 4, teamed up with the cast for a breakdancing benefit show?
I'm betting he invited lots of wealthy people to a dinner party.
That is correct.
Oh, well.
There you go.
It's tied up.
Oh.
See how that happens?
I thought it was the other one,
You
actually.
were already preparing to leave, weren't you, Johnny?
Yeah, I, as a matter of fact, I had one cheek out the door.
It's one cheek
It's Bob's.
sneak.
It's tied up. And it's Bob's turn. You could win
All right,
with
Bob,
this one, Bob.
Here you go, Bob. In the movie Kick-Ass, the lead character is named Dave Lasik. How was that name chosen? Remember, this was a comic book before it was a movie, but Dave Lasik. Is it 1, Lasik spelled backwards is Ixwes Ill. In Gaelic, translated means, I'll have a cup of decaf with cream, please. Is it 2, he literally threw dozens of darts at an alphabet board? Was it 3, Dave Lasik was Matthew Vaughn's high school art teacher? Or 4, a charity auction winner chose his own name to be used for the character?
I'm going to say 3.
Dave Lasik was Matthew Vaughn's high school art teacher? Terribly sorry, no.
Gina, you could win.
Well, I'm referring back to the dinner party. Well, I'm guessing at the dinner party, one of the things was if you donate money, you get to name a character.
Charity auction is correct.
There you go. Gina wins the game. Comes from behind.
Yes. It was not the same dinner party.
But
it was
a
different,
similar thing.
Mark Millar was the creator of Kick-Ass. And he's
You really let that get away from you, Bob.
Yeah, Bob, sorry about
Way
that.
to go.
Bob,
Pretty dumb.
Bob, it was so close. It was in your hands, and you let it all slip away, and that's just sad. So I can't have that.
All right.
We'll give you these Offspring tickets anyway.
Say thank you, Bob.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob.
Hang on the line, and we'll tell you what you need to do. All
Listen, I've got to leave now. I need to be alone with my shame.
right. I don't blame you. All right.
That he tried cheating for the boner recap, but his keyboard on his phone wasn't working.
Springville.
Because
on this day in 1997, Depeche Mode released It's No Good, the second single from their 9th studio album, Ultra. So there you go. 1997.
1997. We were just pups back then.
Yeah. All right. It is, in fact, time for the boner recap.
All right. Do we have someone who would like to try to do that?
We have Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Good morning.
Morning. What's going on with you today?
Oh, just working.
Where do you work?
Out in Grantsville, over by the racetrack.
What sort of stuff do you do?
Just maintenance.
Okay. Are you maintaining the racetrack or something else?
I am.
Oh,
yeah,
the racetrack.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
So, Tim, you just got nothing to do but listen to the radio show all morning, right?
Looks like.
Tim, you heard the boner candidates earlier?
I did.
Okay, this will be easy for you. And you'll win a prize, and that prize is what, Nick?
the prize is tickets to see Garbage playing over at the Complex this upcoming October 29th.
All right, something to look forward to for this fall. Here we go, Tim. I'll read the three candidates, and then you tell me which one was the best, which one was the winner. Number one, we had no choice. The little warning light came on. These two guys in Nashville involved in a police chase. The cops are after them in cars and with their helicopter, the cop helicopter, the cop-to-copter. And so they're being chased by the police, and the police caught them because these guys stopped to put air in the tires of their car. We had to. The little warning light came on. There's boner candidate number two. I look like a clown because I am a clown, stupid. A Florida man dressed up like Ronald McDonald. He was arrested for trespassing and other violations. And when the cops put him in the back of their car, he said, one of the cops said, you look like a clown. And he said, no S, I am a clown, stupid. That was boner candidate number two. And boner candidate number three, Marjorie Taylor Greene, telling it like it is for stupid people. Marjorie Taylor Greene was asked a question by a British journalist named Martha Kellner. And it was it wasn't anything controversial or anything. She just asked her a question, and Marjorie Taylor Greene said, "Where are you from?" And she said, "Well, I'm from England, and I was going to ask you about the signal scandal." Mm-hmm. And Marjorie Taylor Greene went off on her. Said, "Why don't you go back to your own country? We don't want that crap here. We'll go. Aren't you worried about the Muslims or the migrants rather raping your women back in your country?" and just yelling at her. You should care about your own country. Yeah, that's it. Number 3. So, who was the winner?
That'd be number 3, Large Marge.
Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yes.
Marjorie Three Toes.
Mm-hmm. So there you go, Tim. All you got to do now is say thanks for the tickets, and we'll put you on hold.
Thanks for the tickets.
You're welcome.
You got it.
Okay, hang on, Tim.
Oh,
get those to you.
What'd you do this weekend? Anything?
Me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing?
Not a damn thing.
I went to. I think all I did is go to the Weiner dog races, but that was enough.
Yeah.
It was plenty.
Plenty.
Yeah.
It looked like a lot of fun.
And again, that Mill Creek Commons thing.
See, I've been meaning to get down there because I was told they have a pinball area and all kinds of
They
stuff.
have a skating rink,
all
and
that.
it's, ice skating in the winter, and then the roller skating in the summer. And I couldn't see a lot of what was there because there were so many people.
Yeah,
there were like, I think Brad said about 6,000 or so.
Jeez.
And I'm surprised I didn't see any. Of course, I don't watch a lot of local news, but I look at local news sites online, and I don't think there was any coverage. I don't think so.
Well, they keep letting people go from their news departments.
To me that's a big enough event and kind of an unusual enough event. It's like the water skiing squirrel.
Exactly. And the news with the.
Yeah. And finally,
the Weiner dog race happened today.
Finally, Wieners were running at Mill Creek Commons. Yeah, and it's people did love it, and everybody's in a good mood. And I saw Corey O'Brien there as I was leaving. I almost didn't recognize him. I hadn't seen him for so long.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
He went, Bill. Hey, Bill. Who
are you?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I went. Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Did you say, "Oh, it's you"?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, you.
Oh, you.
Hey, dude.
I mean, we are in such opposite times of the day. I just
Yes.
never I never run into them.
Sure.
But, what do you mean, sure?
What's that supposed to mean?
What do you mean by sure?
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of a dismissive kind of like Bill, you're saying something that's not true.
Now I'm confused because
Sure.
I don't know how.
Sure. See what I mean? Sure.
I'll watch my sures going forward.
I bet you will.
I will use them tactically.
I'm sure you will. Sure.
A tactical sure?
Tactical sure.
Yeah.
Sure, Jan.
Sure. Okay.
I hate being here.
What? Well, really?
No, stop it. Sure.
See?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, when is Todd going to sit in?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet.
Oh, okay.
He's going to sit in one of these days.
Yeah, he's going to pick a day this week. That
Sure he is.
Or at least that's what he told me.
That's what he said.
Sure.
Until he gets a sure. All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Big Boy News coming up after these messages.
If La Vida Loca, then tune away now, because it's time for Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. Are you suffering from cooties? Yes, cooties. They are a real thing.
Oh.
Cooties, also known as lice, graybacks, seam squirrels, and, well, modesty prevents me from using other names. They're cooties. They're gray, they're bloodsuckers, they live in blankets and clothes. They breed and lay eggs or nits in seams of clothing, especially the trousers and on the pubic hairs, like crab lice. If you do not get rid of them, they will cause sores and boils, and you will be an unpopular candidate for a hospital. But there is a cure. While taking a bath, your entire kit of clothing will be sterilized. Get a new identity tag gourd. Treat pubic crotch hairs twice daily with prophylactic salve. If you have many of them, the armpits too. We guarantee a cure in the 1-hour delousing station. If your friend has them, make him report to the delousing station now. Send for your delousing station immediately. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. And now, may I please to introduce the knit-free host of this show,
Thank you.
Terry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right. The randomizer has picked the contestants off of all three of our lines. Clark will be playing against you today, Gina. Hello, Clark.
Hi, Clark.
Good morning.
All right, Clark, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Call it heads or tails, Clark.
Heads.
All right, coin toss app says tails. Gina Barberi?
Hey, Clark.
Yes.
You're going to have to fight really hard to try to win these Counting Crows tickets with Dashboard Confessional Friday, September 22nd at Usoni Amphitheater.
So since Gina is right now in command of the game, what are you prepared to do in her name if she beats you?
I'll give $50 for the road home.
Very nice. All right. Well, let's begin then. First question is for Gina. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix was released on this day in 2007.
All right.
So that is our multiple choice pop culture trivia for today. Gina.
Yes.
First question for you. Let's see. What was the theatrical movie debut of which Harry Potter student wizard? So this is the first time that this this person appeared in a Harry Potter film.
Okay.
And it was Order of the Phoenix.
Okay.
Was it 1, Baron von Redberry, 2, Luna Lovegood, 3, Cedric Diggory, or 4, Sir Grapefellow?
Cedric. No?
Sorry. That's
No.
Well,
Really?
that's a good, Clark, this is a good chance for you to steal here.
I believe it's Luna Lovegood.
Yes.
I thought she was in earlier.
I'm only as good as the internet tells me.
There you go, Clark. You lead the game 1-0, and Clark, you also control the question.
Clark, this film marks the third and final time a Harry Potter film was released in the same year as a what movie? Bit of a stretch.
That's okay.
Anyway. Film marks the third and final time a Harry Potter film was released in the same year as a what movie? It was 1, an in-depth documentary on the fascinating life of Tila Tequila. 2, another sequel Tonight at the Roxbury. All right, 9:17. Plenty of room to breathe and stretch and get comfy for this big boy news and innuendo. Brought to you by.
You wish it was something.
Is that your way of saying no?
No, it's not sponsored.
There is no sponsor.
I wish it was something because, that's how I get paid.
Yes.
Is with sponsor money.
That's what I'm saying.
A United flight collided with a kite as it tried to land at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport in the latest airplane incident at that Virginia airport. United Airlines Flight 654 from Houston was attempting to land before tensions rose as a nearby kite flew into the flight path. The kite was over the park, about 100 feet over the ground. It looked like it's right on the flight path, said the air traffic controller. Police responded to reports of a kite flying at Gravelly Point, which is prohibited in that area because of planes. Thankfully, the plane landed safely. No reported injuries or damage. And we are aware of reports that a kite hit UA Flight 654. The aircraft landed safely, no damage to it. But the kite was returned to its owner after it was seized by officers. No charges were filed. I would have put him in jail.
Yeah, that's a big pile of dumbassery right there.
Legendary rocker Roger Daltrey. The doctors tell me I'm going blind. 81-year-old musician famed for being the lead singer of The Who took to the stage this week with The Who.
So he can no longer see for miles and miles. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For a string of annual performances that they hold to help raise funds for the Teenage Cancer Trust. And he revealed he's going blind while on stage at the Royal Albert Hall. He says, I'm also fighting deafness, and that's not good for a singer. The joys of getting old mean you go deaf, and now I also have the joy of going blind. Fortunately, I still have my voice because then I'll have a full Tommy. Oh, I see.
Delicacy.
He'll be deaf, dumb, and blind. No,
the character Tommy.
He won't have a full Tommy because Tommy was dumb as well, which means cannot speak.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, take that, Roger Daltrey.
The White House Correspondents' Dinner. Representing journalists who cover the White House, including those at NPR, has canceled writer and comedian Amber Ruffin's scheduled appearance at the high-profile event. In a statement emailed to its members on Saturday, the White House Correspondents Association President Eugene Daniels said his organization's board unanimously decided to do without a comedian at this year's April 26th dinner in Washington, D.C. At this consequential moment for journalism, I want to ensure that the focus is not on the politics of division, but entirely on awarding our colleagues for their outstanding work and providing scholarship and mentorship to the next generation of journalists.
The right kind of journalists.
Yeah. It's become over the years, it's become, I mean, they do give out awards to journalists, but it's become kind of a roast.
Yeah.
And where they get a comedian and who roasts everybody in the room,
and the president shows up,
and he roasts the president, the comedian, he or she roasts the.
But the thin-skinned alpha male orange man, he never attended any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't like them, and said, "I'm not going to attend this one anyway."
Yeah, I think they should just have an award ceremony and
Mm-hmm.
hand out the
But
stuff.
this is the kind of White House press corps you're getting, though, is they just let Tim Pool in.
Yeah, why? I'm surprised they don't have a comedian there, considering comedy is legal again.
Yeah, why don't they have Elon Musk host it? How about that?
Past entertainers have included Trevor Noah, Roy Wood Jr., Colin Jost. I think Stephen
Colbert's done it. Yeah.
The event also went without a comedian in 2019 when historian Ron Chernow gave the keynote speech. Well, anyway.
They need somebody funny in there, like Rob Schneider.
Yeah, that'd be good.
A real comedian.
One of theirs. Yeah.
Jared Hess got a movie coming out very soon.
The Minecraft
movie. When filmmaker Jared Hess got interested in making a movie based on the open-ended video game Minecraft, there was a major stumbling block. There's no story to the game.
Yeah.
Everybody that plays it brings their own unique story and narrative when they play it, Hess said.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, when she plays, she has a really complex story about this hotel for wolves that she built.
Okay.
So it presented a fun opportunity to create this epic, ridiculous quest movie with a bunch of unlikely heroes. Hess is now set to unleash a Minecraft movie onto the world with the U.S. release this Friday. It is the first big-budget franchise for Hess, who is, of course, a Brigham Young University and Salt Lake City guy. Best known for small independent films. And I think, his best film is still Napoleon Dynamite.
It's fantastic.
Probably.
I really would like to see him have a success with this. He's been working on it for quite some time. He's been filming it in New Zealand. He's been living there. And working with the Weta FX people. And hopefully, I just hope for the best for this. It's got, of course, Jack Black is in it, and also Jason Momoa. Yeah.
I mean, all the things I'm seeing, just going back to the "It Has No Story" debacle. It's just Jack Black fighting the creatures in it, and I don't know. The only story that ever arose from me and my friends playing it growing up was who could blow up each other's base first.
Jack Black is hosting Saturday Night Live for the first time in nearly 20 years on April 5th, and he says it's keeping him up at night. He made a stop in London on Sunday for the premiere of the Minecraft movie there before heading to the SNL Writers' Room this week, telling Variety it feels cray-cray to be returning to Studio 8H after 20 years. That's the last time he hosted, and it was to promote Peter Jackson's King Kong. Asked how he was preparing for the week, Black said, well, just, I'm having lots of nightmares and night terrors and also fond memories flooding back. It's very crazy, and it's exciting. Black says he loves all those kids in the current SNL cast. I call them kids because I was on that show before some of them were born, except for Kenan Thompson. We're around the same age, I think, but that's about it. He hosted Saturday. He's hosted a couple of times, 2005, 2002, 2003. And let's see, where's the story? Helen Mirren says she never liked the James Bond movies. She's always been a fan of the actors who played 007, but not necessarily the franchise itself. Ms. Mirren, Oscar winner, who stars as former 007 Pierce Brosnan's wife in their new series, Mobland, which apparently is quite good, was recently asked by The Standard for her thoughts on Amazon MGM Studios taking over creative control of the film franchise, the Bond franchise. Well, I have to say I was never quite a great ward of Bond. I'm a huge fan of Pierce Brosnan, a massive fan. I mean, and oh my God. I mean, obviously he's gorgeous and everything, and I think he's fabulous in Bobland, but he also happens to be one of the nicest people you ever had the pleasure to work with, and indeed Daniel Craig, who I've met and know quite a little bit. Again, a very lovely and gracious person. But I don't care for the Bond movies. Okay. Box office.
Okay.
Jason Statham, A Working Man, which got really pretty lousy reviews.
Yeah, it's...
but it's number one.
Apparently pretty bad.
Snow White, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The Chosen, Last Supper, number 3. The Woman in the Yard, a horror film, which looks kind of interesting. That's in 4th place. Death of a Unicorn, number 5. Princess Mononoke, a re-release.
Yeah.
$4 million it made. Captain America, Brave New Worlds, number 7.
Still hanging in there.
Black Bag, Mickey 17, and Novocaine rounding out the top 10.
Do you think any of those people using Studio Ghibli AI will go see Princess Mononoke?
They probably don't even know what it is.
I know, right? Ugh, sorry. I'm very annoyed by all of those posts online recently.
The AI is the devil.
Jessica Simpson learned an unusual hack to help her vocal cords.
Okay.
So I guess she had a vocal coach, and I guess somebody thinks she's a singer.
We have to hack into the vocal cords.
They're like, "What are you drinking?" said Simpson. And I said, "Well, it's this Chinese herb thing." I'm like, "I don't know. My vocal coach told me to drink it." And then I Googled the ingredients, and it's one of the ingredients is snake sperm. It's like a honey. So if you want a good vocal, you got to drink snake sperm.
Mm-hmm.
She's not. If I were snake sperm, I'd say, please don't use you as an example of good vocal. You're going to ruin snake sperm for other people. And Bill Murray says one of his biggest regrets is not working with Clint Eastwood.
Why?
I guess Clint wanted him to do something, and
he couldn't.
Bill Murray famously, doesn't return messages or something.
He says he asked me to do something, and I decided to pass. He said it was a big scale thing. He had access to World War II boats, and he was going to do a big World War II movie, but he said I passed. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done the movie.
Well, of course.
Hell of a time to come out to support Clint Eastwood, though.
Yeah.
With him over the last few years.
Yeah.
And that's it, I think.
Talking to the chair.
Yeah.
What do you think, chair?
What do you think, chair?
All right.
What's your opinion on the state of America?
You got any sports?
Weather? No, come on.
Weather?
Me? Sports? I got weather.
Okay.
We are getting some spotty sprinkles later in the day. That is going to continue into tomorrow, which could probably turn into some snowfall depending on how cold it gets. High of 56 today, high of 41 tomorrow, and that is the last bit of precipitation for the rest of the week. So enjoy it while you got it. That is your weather.
Thank you.
Listen to Radio from Hell and Home.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
These are are things that are bugging you. These are things that you can't take anymore. You're just tired of them and you wish that they would leave your life. And so you say, I know what I'll do. I'll be a part of the Must Go segment on Radio from Hell on Wednesday. And if they read mine on the air, maybe it'll make me feel better, and maybe these things will disappear from my life. So send your Must Goes to Radio from Hell at x96.com and make sure that you put Must Go in the subject line. Gina, do you want to start today?
Yeah, yesterday I brought this up. This is my thing that must go. Using Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train in an ad for Applebee's. It just, no.
Well, I mean, Ozzy had to have agreed.
I know, but he's old. You're taking advantage of an old man.
I think Ozzy likes Applebee's.
But
he likes eating good in the neighborhood.
But it's what it was for, though, is this
the Dollarita.
The
Dollarita.
Yeah.
Crazy train.
I don't. And because I brought that up, Angela sent in this thing that must go. She said, I heard you bring up that Applebee's is using Crazy Train for their commercial, and I was reminded of the one that's currently driving me nuts. Walmart's commercial using AC/DC's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Wait a minute.
Do these advertising people even check to see what the song is about before they use it?
Apparently not.
It's a song about, murdering people.
Yeah. Paying for murder is what that's about.
That's what that song's about. Let's see. Good morning, Lords. Going to be covert on this one, so just call me low key.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Many must goes. The guy in my office who finishes every damn sentence with, "Can you dig it, sucker?" No.
Oh.
I can't, and I won't. People in the gym just dorking around on their cell phones, sitting on equipment. Either lift or get the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
Next, teenagers and their gross body odor funk. Take a shower. Deodorant. Please. People who keep their mouths open all the time. Eating, talking, doesn't matter. Close it. You're not a dead fish.
Wow.
The guy at work who sleeps a lot. Wake up, man. Have some coffee. Energy drink. Do your job. This is embarrassing. And lastly, the grandchild who brings their boyfriend or girlfriend over completely drunk, underage, a sad-ass state. Also, grandchild, make better choices.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is from Zach. People who don't RSVP for events. My fiance and I have a wedding coming up, and we're still not quite sure our numbers. This affects how much food we need to buy and the seating for the venue. Please, just a yes or no would be great. Macy, our intern, I don't think any of us are coming, but we love you and we wish you well at your wedding.
I think we got you something, but we won't be there.
Also, people who won't return a greeting.
It's a Yeti cooler.
No, it's not.
It's not a Yeti.
It's the Coleman cooler that she registered for.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
the one you wanted, right?
All right. I'll go next. This one says, hello, Lord. Yes, you can use my name. This has been bugging me for a while. Please help me make it go away. Clickbait news articles in my browser with headlines like, Trump made an irreparable mistake in court today, or Trump's party turned on him, not looking good for his campaign, or looks like Trump is finished. Don't tease me with crap like that. Only when he has officially announced that he's out of the election and most likely blaming someone else for his failure.
All right. Well, I have a list if you'd like one.
People do love a list.
Well, that's what I hear.
A good list.
A good list.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is a list of wholesome things that have a decidedly dark backstory.
Ooh. A twisted past, perhaps.
Like the game Candyland.
Uh-huh.
That has a twisted backstory?
What could be wrong with Candyland?
Yeah.
What could be wrong with Candyland?
Candyland was invented during the polio epidemic
by
retired school teacher Eleanor Abbott, who was recovering from polio herself.
Uh-huh.
She invented the game to keep affected children entertained during their hospital stays.
Dark and twisted.
So it's kind of a... Well,
I think that's more wholesome, actually. That
Does it
she
make it
took
more wholesome?
She took a
Okay.
plight and then made something light out of it.
Well, here's another one.
Okay.
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Now, canonically, he has a backstory.
Okay.
He was an orphan who never knew when his birthday was, So he celebrates other people's birthdays to fill the terrible, painful void of his abandonment.
Oh, okay. Well,
Also, the guy who invented the whole thing just bought the costume. And he thought it was a mouse, but it was actually a rat.
Uh-huh.
And then he said, well, Ricky Rat's Pizza. We could do Ricky Rat's. No, you don't want a rat pushing.
That was Nolan Bushnell, who was from Utah.
Yeah.
Where is the lore about Chuck E. Cheese written down?
This is in the people who keep
Their
track
official
of this sort of
website.
thing. They have it in the lore.
Yeah.
He was an orphan who didn't know his
And
birthday.
that's why everybody's birthday is at Chuck E. Cheese. Anyway, free school lunches in America.
Sure.
Okay.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Started because the military complained that many 18-year-olds were too skinny during World War II to serve in the military.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Free school lunches were added afterward to make 18-year-old men strong enough to be drafted into the next war.
It's all part of the war machine, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark and twisted.
Nintendo.
Sure.
Everybody loves Nintendo.
Yeah.
Started out as a card company.
Yeah.
In the late 1800s, and probably would have gone defunct were it not for the Yakuza. Yeah,
Japanese
that's
mafia?
True.
That is true, yeah.
Mob money.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Mob money helped
Well,
Nintendo.
that was nice of them.
Mm-hmm. Sick and disgusting.
Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
Saint Valentine.
Yeah.
Saint Valentine was a priest who was supposedly killed for marrying people so that men could get out of the war. And for this, he was beheaded.
We should remember that story every Valentine's Day.
That is a much more interesting story.
Do you remember the black and blue, white and gold dress debate?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
There was the picture of the dress, and, you know, no, it's this color. No, it's this color.
Uh-huh.
The man who started that debate from 2015 was charged with attempted murder after trying to strangle his wife.
From the dress?
I don't know
In
if it
an
was from
argument
the
that
dress.
ensued from it?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
So, wait, oh, back that one up.
What?
The guy who started the debate about it.
Yeah.
Does it name him?
I'd have to click on the link.
What is funny, Nick?
I lost the link.
I don't. What's funny
That
here?
is-
All right.
Okay, sorry. No, it's tangential.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Square dancing in high school. You did that, didn't
Yes,
you?
Yeah.
yes.
We were taught square dancing in
Yeah,
high school.
yeah.
Yes.
Wholesome, right?
We all promenade with the street corner maid singing,
Exactly.
"Oh Johnny, oh Johnny, oh."
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Henry Ford promoted square dancing in public schools in the 20s.
He was a peach.
He did it because he hated Jewish people and thought that they invented jazz. He wanted to get America back to traditional white and Christian music and dancing, and that's why there is square dancing in high school.
Famous Nazi sympathizer as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Winnie the Pooh.
Now, wait a minute. My favorite childhood books, Winnie the Pooh and the House at Pooh Corners.
A.A. Milne based the Winnie the Pooh stories on his son, Christopher Robin.
Right. Oh, I know this story.
When
yeah.
Christopher grew up, he resented the fame that it brought him. Bullied and feeling exploited, he distanced himself from both his father and the books.
Yep. True story.
Yep.
That's it?
Bob's Burgers.
The cartoon
The
show.
cartoon, Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Wholesome, right?
Well, in its way, yeah.
It isn't super wholesome.
But it has family values in its
But
way.
it gets wholesome and tear-jerkery.
They love
occasionally.
each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you realize the burgers gave the cartoon
Well-
characters cancer.
Well, the original pitch for Bob's Burgers was a burger restaurant run by a cannibal family.
Oh, I heard that.
That was the original pitch.
I love that.
I heard that
That's
idea.
great.
Yeah. A family of cannibals.
Imagine the musical numbers that they would do with that
yeah.
premise.
Cornflakes.
Yeah.
Kellogg's cornflakes. Well, Kellogg was a nut.
He was a nut.
Yep.
And he invented them to stop boys from masturbating. He thought that cornflakes would...
Obviously, yes.
I mean, that's just science.
Because what? You do...
What's the name of the movie with the
Wellville?
Well, welcome to Wellville.
Or Road to Wellville?
Does it explain the logic there whatsoever?
If you get into it,
If
it
you
does.
get into it, he explains.
He has
It
some-
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but what is the logic? Do either of you know?
I don't remember.
Yeah. You see the movie Road to Wellville. It's,
Let's look up cornflake masturbation story.
yeah, there you go. The Kennedys, of course, they have their dark parts,
Yes,
but here's
indeed.
one that you may not have known. JFK's sister Rosemary Kennedy, forced to undergo a lobotomy, damaged her brain so badly that she was disabled for the rest of her life. Her own father ordered it done.
Yeah.
Mel Blanc,
Yes.
the guy who did the voice of all the Looney Tune characters.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was in a really bad car crash that put him in a coma for a while.
Okay.
He was unresponsive when doctors tried waking him up. One of the doctors started asking his characters if they were in there.
I've heard this story before, actually. And that's how they brought him back.
And that's how they brought him back.
That's not really a backstory, though. That's more of a fun, a dark fact.
Now, this one's really dark.
Okay.
The cartoon movie The Land Before Time,
Yes.
Yeah.
which has the baby dinosaurs in it.
Yeah.
Is that the one with slee stacks?
No, that's Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
Oh, Land of the Lost. Oh, no, I know what land. Yeah, I know what it is.
Land Before Time. Judith Barcy, who voiced Ducky, the dinosaur, in Land Before Time, was murdered by her own father at the age of 10. She never got to see her own film and the joy it brought so many children.
Oh my God.
That one.
That one is dark.
That one went.
That
really
was
dark.
very dark.
That's terrible. Oh.
Teddy bears.
Yeah.
Allow me to ruin teddy bears for you.
Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah.
They were originally inspired by President Theodore Roosevelt's refusal to shoot a tied-up bear on a hunting trip. Well, that sounds cute.
That's how you do it. You know, they get the bear and tie him up, and then you can shoot him.
The bear was already injured and had to be put down anyway. Yeah.
Wait, so it's easier to tie up a bear and then shoot it instead of just shooting it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And finally on the list, O.J. Simpson, beloved football player. Oh, wait.
What-
You know.
yeah,
I don't know.
What
that's
is the
true.
dark backstory for
There's,
him?
yeah, there's a bit of a situation.
Have you met my wife?
So there you go. I hope I ruined some things for you. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's not what I'm looking for.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
I feel twisted after that.
There you go.
Dark.
Oh, thanks for making Monday extra Monday-ish because of that list. All right, we'll take a break, play a song, and crawl towards the exit.
What is it?
10 rare snack aisle finds that have
Okay.
all but disappeared.
Let's see what we got here. I'm not going to even bother with the jingle. Let's
No.
just get
Okay.
right into it.
All right, it says there are plenty of reasons to have snacks stashed in your pantry at all times.
Yes.
A few crackers are great for tiding one over between meals, so snacks. But the pandemic has driven the demand for snacks through the roof. CNN reported that the snack industry hit an estimated $156 billion last year.
I do love a snack.
Yes.
But a side effect of the pandemic has been supply chain issues and shortages, causing shortages and slow production of certain snacks.
Okay.
Number one on the list, Hostess fruit pies.
Yes.
Said they are becoming very difficult to find.
I don't find the Hostess ones anymore. I find the Western Family
The
ones.
off-brand
The off-brands, yes,
Yeah.
but I don't see Hostess that much.
But apparently they're still around, but you just
I
can't
love them.
find them much. Bugles.
I see Bugles.
These edible finger hats are
Edible
still
finger
available.
hats?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like witch.
Yeah, you put them on your
fingers.
fingers.
Oh,
You know, like you-
like olives.
Yeah, like
that?
you do with olives.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It says they're still available, but they're easier to find in Canada. So,
We got to go to Canada.
now I don't like any of these flaming hot things.
Oh, are you with Roy Wood Jr. on Flamin'? Carrie has a whole bit of
there's a
Flamin'
whole
Hot.
Roy Wood bit about we're done flaming hot things.
Everything
Yeah.
is flaming
Nothing.
hot.
Not everything has to be flaming hot.
I agree. Flamin' hot crunchy Cheetos, hard to find. It says Chester's hot fries,
I don't never even seen those.
Yeah. Flamin' hot flavored Funyuns.
Yeah, it might be good.
I don't know.
I like
Gina.
a Funyun.
What?
Fun is right in the name. It's everything I like about onions and none of the things that I don't. I like onion flavor, but I don't like biting into an onion. A Funyun is the perfect onion.
Where do you land on onion rings?
Well, if they're thin, if they're big, thick, not cooked all the way through.
You don't like the
onion.
beer battered onion rings?
If they're thin and they're cooked all the way through, yes.
I like all kinds of onion rings. And I sometimes eat a whole onion like an apple. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
3D Doritos. I don't even know what that is.
It's a puffy Dorito.
Yeah, it's a puffy Dorito.
Oh. Yeah, apparently they're not around much. Dunkaroos.
Those are hard to find.
Do you like a Dunkaroo?
I was never a fan.
It's like a biscotti kind of, right?
Yeah, they're a lot of work.
Now, this next one, it's Planters cheese balls. Now,
again,
you can get a tub of Utz cheese balls.
Yes.
You know those great big tubs.
Like at Costco, those?
Yeah. So I don't know why you'd even want to bother.
This may be heresy to the cheese ball community, and I know you are numerous. But I'm thinking that all cheese balls taste the same.
No, that's not.
Is that a charged statement?
Consistency is a problem here. Texture. The Utz cheese balls, I really like them because they almost disintegrate the minute you put them in your mouth. You just barely bite on them and they just kind of disintegrate. They're delicious. Teddy Grahams.
You can get Teddy Grahams.
Says here, says I do Instacart and I've noticed that all Teddy Grahams are hard to find. Teddy Grahams have been hampered by supply issues, leading online sellers to price gouge.
Are somebody hoarding Teddy Grahams?
Apparently. To narrow down your search, try checking for product availability on the website and call your store ahead of time to make sure that
I'm not coming there if you don't have Teddy Grahams.
That's right.
Now, see, people are weighing in. The jalapeno Cheetos are better than the Flaming Hot. Less burn, more actual flavor. Flamin' Hot Pepperation H wasn't very popular.
No.
I bought all the Dunkaroos. Sorry.
Mother's Original Circus Animal Cookies.
Oh, I love those.
Oh, those are great.
I know, but if you eat more than like 6, then they make you sick because they're so.
They're very sugary.
Yeah, but apparently they're not easy to find these days.
Now, see, I've got to go look now.
I prefer I like them, but I wish they didn't have the sprinkles on them.
No, the sprinkles are good.
No, they're no good. What are they for?
They're fun.
No, but they just make like it's like eating little rocks.
It's a little cracky texture kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, it's like having gravel on your cookie.
I want some of those now.
Somebody says you can get all the Flamin' Hot whatever you need at any 7-Eleven. Apparently they're not they may not be in stores, but for some reason they're in 7-Elevens.
Well, there you go. Those are the only ones on the list.
Somebody says Wheat Thins in the normal size box are never available since December.
In the normal size box?
Yeah.
Means you got to buy the extra big box?
I guess so.
That's too many Wheat Thins.
I could eat them. No, I always want an extra big box. I always get the big family size box of Cheez-Its.
I could with Wheat Thins. I could do a family size box of Wheat Thins.
I ate a family size box of Cheez-Its by myself the other day. The whole box in one day.
In one day?
Well, yeah, because I had a half a gallon of milk.
Ooh.
Milk and Cheez-Its, delicious.
Wow.
I've never eaten a whole box or bag of anything like that.
Oh, come on.
Oreos?
Like in one setting? No.
Come on.
Is it sitting or setting?
I bet you it's sitting. Sitting. You sit in a setting. You don't set in a sitting.
Grocery store cashier here can confirm this was a good list.
Okay.
All right. Maybe the convenience store versus the grocery store distribution is different. Maybe it is. Somebody says you can get Dunkaroos on Amazon. You have to order them
you
special.
can get any of those things on Amazon, probably.
Yeah.
Teddy Grahams. It's funny. I have not seen them in a long time.
What about the little fish, goldfish?
Oh,
those
they're
are-
everywhere.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
I stopped eating them, though, when they put faces on them. Because it just creeped me out. Do you notice that? They didn't used to have faces on them.
Now you've
Now they-
ruined.
Now they
you've
put a
ruined that
little
for
eye
somebody.
and a little smile
I know they were on the
them.
package, but I didn't think that they were on the
Yeah.
actual fish.
Yeah, they are. And it's like it's smiling at me. I don't get to eat it.
I don't have any kids, so I'll have to take your word for it. Let's see. Just bought animal cookies at Kroger. Is it those? Is it the iced animals that we're talking about?
I don't know. The Mother's Original Circus Animal Cookies, the iced ones.
Those are the Grande. I don't remember exactly why on Friday we were talking about Wilford Brimley.
Yeah.
Just because randomly a list popped up about quirky facts about Wilford Brimley.
Oh yeah. My friend Tony heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Too tall?
Yeah, and he sent me this. This is a mashup from YouTube. Wilford Brimley eats people with diabetes.
All right.
Good morning. I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'd like to treat you to an ice cream, an apple pie, and diabetes. Diabetes. I'd like to treat you to diabetes. Actually, I'm surrounded by diabetes. Now, one of the things I've learned to do is laugh at people with type 2 adult onset diabetes. And you ought to be laughing at people with type 2 adult onset diabetes every 15 or 20 minutes. I went to see a doctor. And I think the most important thing he said to me was, Wilford, I'm going to give you diabetes. Wilford, if you want to get type 2 adult onset diabetes, I'm going to give you type 2 adult onset diabetes. And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly the way it's been. Now, I'm not perfect, and I've eaten ice cream and apple pie and ice cream and my medicine and people with diabetes. And
And I've eaten people with diabetes.
Yes.
Oh, Wilford. I got an email from a truck driver last week. Says the worst part about being a podcast listening truck driver is listening to the start of Thursday's show. I can't fix baseball, but I can bring you closer to America's favorite pastime.
Okay.
Drinking. Google, and I didn't do this, but Google Field of Dreams whiskey. It's made from the world's most famous cornfield.
Oh, they made whiskey out of the corn
Yeah.
from the cornfield. Huh?
Each bottle has a specific bio of a former baseball player. Really cool-looking bottle, too. Hope this helps. And, of course, you can't order it to Utah.
Of course.
Saddy face. Buck drops at 7, play ball. Trucker hunka.
I don't know why he told us to Google it when he just explained all of it.
Well, maybe you'd want to see it for yourself.
No,
Nick.
I am. But
I mean,
this is an audio medium. So what? Oh, great! I'm looking at the bottle. Yep, that looks good.
Well, why don't you describe it for us then?
It's a, let me look here, whiskey bottle that is made of glass.
Okay.
And has a label on it.
Yes.
And the label says Field of Dreams Whiskey Company. It is 750 milliliters.
Okay.
108 proof.
That's good.
And it's made from the most famous cornfield in the world.
Okay, wait a second. Now I'm going to look it up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
No, Google it.
I did. You're not doing it justice.
Field of Dreams whiskey.
It's a very handsome bottle.
Uh-huh.
It has a kind of a shield label on the front of it, and it's a good looking whiskey.
That's what I said.
And I'm trying to see. I'm getting pop-ups now.
Still not. I mean, none of this means anything to me anyway because I didn't see the movie.
It says from the Field of Dreams whiskey. It's got. I really like it's sort of like there's a big corn, sort of flower on the front of it as well.
Okay,
it's a nice looking. It's a very nice looking bottle.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said. It says Field of Dreams.
No, if anything, I
It's
gave
got-
it way more descriptions than you did.
It's got
just barely.
93 proof.
Oh, so the tone of which I described it.
It was a
put it down.
disinterested tone, is what I would call it. A pretty
Still described it better than
disinterested
you.
Okay, well, I guess it's time for me to retire and Nick's going to take over my job.
That's absolutely where that went.
I think that's what's got to
from-
happen.
Yeah.
That's what's got to happen.
Nick
Yeah.
not satisfactorily describing.
This will be my last
Hugh Bill's
show.
retirement.
Yep.
This will be my last show. I'm sorry.
'Cause that's where it inevitably goes.
It's been nice knowing y'all.
Oh, it says. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind.
All right. I don't care.
Neither do I.
Well, thanks for the email, Trucker Hunka.
Yep.
You see what you did?
And you can, I'm sure, order it to Utah.
You'd have to order a case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just order a bottle.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's a cool enough looking bottle. I'd want a case of them.
No, yeah. Oh, it's blue?
Some of them are blue, some of them are black.
Some.
Okay. Let's do the
Some.
promo.
Okay, now is it? Oh, do I have it?
I don't know.
This is a promo Nick wrote, so be prepared to just be blown away.
All right. Oh, no. All right. It's a big ball of hilarity of tomorrow's April Fool's Day edition of Radio from Hell.
Yeah, it's nothing but a chuckle fest when it comes to Utah Word of the Day.
Well, maybe not the best example to make my case.
Well, what about Tech Talk with JD? He might have a funny video game or website to discuss.
Video games destroy families, Gary.
Oh.
A jam-packed program of laughs on tomorrow's Radio from Hell show on X96.
You see?
Yeah.
Utah Word of the Day, to which Nick then says, maybe not the best example.
Only Bill can say that.
Only Bill.
I'll
Sorry.
be retiring.
I
no,
apologize.
today.
I apologize.
No, there's no need to apologize. I need a rest anyway.
All right. Let's see. As our country dies, you will abandon us as our last refuge. All right.
We who are about to die salute you.
Okay. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I used to be?
Remember who you are, and I forget the next part.
What you stand for. What you stand for.
What was it? What standing?
Yes. All right. Already